Alrighty, here we are, and based on the rules, everyone's gonna die tonight.
I refreshed.
Okay, good. Hey, yeah, we're continuing Broken Fate tonight. We're down in Artem. He'll be back next week, and we'll be up in Artem and that sounds like up in Adam and up in Andrew soon enough. Which I'll be happy to have the whole band back together. But for now, this is a little old part two of Broken Fate. And would anyone like to recap what happened last time?
Well,
Actual
Bo was
Corey.
high.
Oh,
Sorry,
go
go
for
ahead.
it. No, go for it.
I was gonna say Bo was high for a good chunk of it, but he'll try to remember.
Bo was.
Bo was. I was not. Let's see. There was a coronation, but we started the day before the coronation, where we were out in the crowd and we were all doing our own thing. And there was this redheaded woman who had a bunch of burn scars on her face. Um, and she was kind of slipping through, and she ended up kind of talking with each of us at some point on her way over to I don't know where, but she was hanging around. And then later we went to a tavern where we all ended up meeting up. It partially to equally avoid the same goblin. Um, so we just kind of got all pushed together in various ways. And then we were hanging out, and then we were looking at notice boards because we're all into like making some coin, doing some adventuring and stuff. And then some Kingsguard people come out being like, "Hey, who's got information about a redheaded woman with some scarring?" And we're like, "Ooh, we do. Pick me." And so then they interviewed us. They took us into a room, and then in the room, a goat man appeared, and he's like, "Hey, I am legit." And he had us tell what we knew. And then we did that. And then he left the room. And then a Dragonborn came in, and he's like, "Hey, I am legit." And we're like, "Okay, cool, but we already told this info to the goat man." And he's like, "What goat man?" And we're like, "What?" And then we got some coupons for 5 gold each. There's some paper money, which is crazy, but whatever. So we got the paper money and we left. And then the next day, we were all searching for this woman while the coronation was going on, and maybe doing protection too. I think 2 of them were already hired to like just do basic protection. And during the coronation, we were all expecting like I don't know, an assassination or terrorist attack or something. But instead, the twist was that the would-be king abdicated the throne immediately and passed it off to his uncle, which gave both Jafar and Scar kind of vibes, like kind of rolled into one. Like, wait, what's up with this creepy-looking dude? Um, and the townspeople went boo because they were looking forward to their JFK, and he ended up being a JF nay, and I think that's pretty much where we left off. And I think Artem is the only one who spotted the woman like exiting the streets. Oh, also we got to know each other and shared some rumors about each other.
Henry stole from people, and as of slept with some sex workers. So we got the drugs, sex, and eating all done in the first episode.
Yeah, and Hebert was there, so we got rock and roll with the bagpipes.
Yep. 8-9's got to get advice.
Yes. Thank you, Richard. That was a good summary. The thing I know I said in our chat too, but just an important retcon that between the Goat Man and the Dragonborn Captain, we'll retcon to say that they did show badges of the same make and color scheme, just to make it absolutely clear that both were fully legit. Yes, 8-9 was, I won't say the only one to spot the woman in the crowd there at the end, but certainly the first one. And sort of when the abdication happened, that was of course a big uproar from the crowd, a lot of stirring and possible rioting going on. Who knows what happens as a result of that? But in the midst of all that, the redheaded woman, she was kind of just cutting against the grain, just very determined, making her way through the crowd, like you said, seemingly exiting the scene. So yeah, that's where we're going to pick up. And with 8-9 being absent tonight, 8-9's just gonna tell Azov, just pointing to the redhead, and just, she's there. I see her. I'm going to circle around and get the rest of the guard. Seems to be moving away from us, and he will split off to go do that.
Does Azov know about the other two compatriots he made the previous night? If they're there?
That would have been something the party would have discussed previously, I suppose, so I'll leave that to you guys.
Yeah, I probably would have told where I'd be camping out. At first, I was playing bagpipes, doing some busking. But then when the coronation proper was happening, he was just watching. He probably like has stood up on like a lamppost or something else where he's just like, "Hey."
She hasn't. Is there a warrant for her arrest?
She's a person of interest. There's not a full. What you basically caught the wave like before her posters are going up, if that makes sense. Like they were told, hey, we're looking for her, but it's not like super public knowledge yet.
And
But I have
beyond
no
that, even
idea.
then, we were told that she didn't actually commit a crime. Like
Right.
she was
That
just
you
like,
know of.
right? But we were like, did she do something? And they're like, not yet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lead with the assumption that she committed a crime.
That's
Also,
fair.
I don't know how dangerous she is currently. She
That's
could
fair.
turn around and fry me with laser eyes. So for now, if Bo has my attention, I'm gonna give him like quick finger eyes, and then I'm gonna point in her direction, and I'm just gonna like and say like basically motion to you. Actually, I point to my head. Message me.
Okay. I whisper over to you a little message. Hey, what should I do? Should I tailor?
We don't know what she's up to yet. So let's just keep our distance for now and keep an eye on her. If you can see Henry, let her know as well. But we don't know what we're getting into yet.
Okay. Do I know where Henry is?
Henry was like trying to like get a vantage point from the clock tower.
Mm-hmm.
And when prompted to roll a perception roll, I rolled so abysmally bad that I was told that the fucking bell in the fucking tower rang, and it like just jarred the ever-loving shit out of me.
Yeah, what did you you rolled a 10?
It was not a great
no,
roll.
no,
It was like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, 8 it looks like. But yeah, we'll say like, yeah, the reason is the bell went off and you were not focused.
But yeah, I am up.
I'll say that seeing her, I'll be 50 feet out. Just kind of like trying to stay out of her peripheral.
Okay. All right. So
I
she.
feel like 30 feet is like the same block. I'd be like, I see you. You're following me. Like, it's too close.
Sure. So yeah, so she's gonna start making her way through the crowd, and considering the coronation is going on, most of that crowd, like there's a lot of crowd right around sort of the like balcony area and in this town square, but basically as soon as you break out of that, it's gonna be pretty sparse because this is where people are truly gathered today, right? So she's gonna make her way through that crowd, and she is going to start making her way, we'll say south down the next street adjacent to the square.
Okay.
I think if we're still in communication, I'll try and have you go around the other side. So in case she decides to run, we'll have one of us will be closer. So
Okay.
Ryan, I feel like the music you just shared is insulting me. The end of the URL says you're an ass.
does it?
Fine.
Yeah, you're an ass.
Oh man. All right, I'll get this new music going. Thank you. Yeah, okay, so you're following about 30 feet out, and you're having Bo. Are you doing? Sorry,
I'm following
you're
about
having
50
Yeah,
feet.
50. I'm sorry. And Bo is doing what to circle around?
I I was contemplating doing a disguise self, but he doesn't want to risk accidentally like blowing up a big crowd of people. So he's not going to do that, and he's just going to use his height to his advantage and kind of lay low. He's going to get a bit closer than 50 feet. He also felt like he had a pretty good rapport with her. So like worst case scenario, he can go be like, "Hey, I thought I saw you from yesterday. How are you?" So he's prepared to play the fool, as it were. So he's gonna not keep his distance quite so much. He's gonna try to keep it closer to like 25 feet if he can.
Okay. And Sid, what about Henry?
I'm leaving the stupid clock tower. Why did I come up here? That was the worst idea. So I'll do that.
It's good to have a vantage point.
Yeah.
In theory.
Are you keeping the height, or are you coming back down to street level?
So if I kept the height, like, is there a manageable distance between me and a nearby rooftop or something?
I would say I'm gonna look at
because I don't want to be at the clock tower no more.
I'm gonna look at a screen you guys aren't on real quick.
Is there a conveniently placed hay barrel that you can just
jump? That'll be fine.
You know what? Let's say yes. Let's just say it's just off of this screen I'm currently looking at. However, if you wanted to stick on the roof, on the rooftop, not including heights. Well, okay. If you wanted to stay on a rooftop, I would say you could stay anywhere from 30 to 40 feet above street level. Mm-hmm. Let's say 20 to 30. Well, how tall is a story? 10 feet?
15.
12 feet? 15?
Like including like roof elevations and stuff like that, yeah.
All right, so 30 to 40 is probably better. So would say you can say about 30 to 40 up, and then like you'd probably only be like, so that's your vertical. Your horizontal would probably only be about 5 to 10 feet on either side, just based on the width of the street.
Okay.
You know, but you could be significantly higher up than her if you wanted to be.
Do that. I'll stay there.
Okay. All right, we'll say that's the case. And she's going to eventually completely leave the crowd behind and start continuing down a street. As she does break the crowd, after maybe about half a block, she is going to quickly just look over her shoulder to see if there is anybody following her. So, Azov, you're 50 feet back. You would still be probably amongst the crowd. If you want to give me a stealth roll, you're in a crowd. I could say it's at advantage if you want. It's definitely going to be harder for her to see. Sid, since you're up, and if you wanted to do a stealth roll too, you can. Richard, you tell me what Bo's kind of
he tried to get closer to her. She hasn't been like ducking down alleyways and stuff, right? She's just leaving.
No, it's been like a very determined walk.
Okay, if that's the case, if I saw her turning back, I would just be going like, "Oh hey, it's you! I remember you from yesterday. How are you?"
Okay. That's. Sorry, I'm making a change here. What do we got? Okay. She does not notice Azov in the crowd. She does not notice Henry above her. And but you called out to her, Richard, so she is going to notice you, and she's just going to just give like a polite wave, like, yes, fairly well today. And like in an attempt where she's like, I don't really want to speak to you, kind of.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to disturb you.
No, it's all right. That's gonna get a little crazy back there, huh?
Yeah, actually, quite a lot of process, and I don't exactly have any friends to talk about it. Do you mind just catching up real quick, like smoking a joint? I gotta figure out what the heck happened back there. You know, it's crazy.
I mean, I could take a hit. I don't really have time for a whole thing right now.
Okay, and don't want to disturb you. Where are you off to?
Just need to rest for a bit.
Yeah, I hear you there. Well, let me let one up.
And as you're doing this, definitely the crowd is getting more unruly given what just happened. So she may still be making some distance from them. Like she's still.
Alrighty, slow down a little bit. I got my wee legs here. Alrighty. and catching up. He'll just start smoking up a little bit. Here you go.
Thanks.
So, what do you think that was all about?
That's I've never heard of any royal doing that. That's crazy. To just that's what a moment of weakness for the kingdom.
Absolutely, and so it's just pure chaos to me, and I'm pretty familiar with chaos myself. And let me tell you, lots of times there's magic involved, and so I'm wondering, like, was he manipulated somehow? Was he like, brainwashed into doing it, or is that not even him? Is it like somebody with a disguised elf spell or something? Like there are so many different possibilities. Because like, who would do it, right? Is that even the real guy? Is that your man?
And it just ends up. Oof, they do have stronger stuff than yesterday, leaving everyone in a vulnerable state, I guess. Listen, thanks for the hit. It is getting a little crazier back there. I'd rather just go to somewhere where it's quieter, if that's all right with you.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's totally fine. But hey, I'm kind of looking for somewhere to go myself. Are you on anywhere fun?
Not at the moment. Maybe I'll see you at a tavern later, but it's a private room kind of deal for me right now.
Oh, it's a private room kind of deal. What kind of room you got? I'm currently my accommodations are quite modest, and I'm looking maybe for an upgrade.
She's gonna start moving a little, like a couple more feet in the direction she was going, and she's going to point actually at an inn that's kind of around the corner from where you are right now. She's gonna point. I'm actually just here, and all three of you can roll me a perception roll if you want. Because assuming you all are keeping your eyes on her, so if all three of you want to, you can.
Oof.
Henry, I guess this makes sense for you to be the one to spot this because you are the rogue. As she pointed to the inn, she also seemed like in kind of the same motion, or maybe as she was withdrawing her hand, she pointed, but then she also clearly did another signal to somebody as she brought her hand back down.
Just want to get my bow out.
Okay.
Did I pick up on that or no?
No, it was a 15 sleight of hand for her.
Okay.
And this inn that she pointed to is not the same inn that I stayed at the night before?
It is not.
Okay. Oh, well, I'll have to go check that place out then. If you don't mind, I'll just tag along for a little bit. I don't mean to get up all in your business, but, I'm just looking for somewhere else to be,
Sure, I guess. I can't, there's no, like, friends discount or anything like that. And she's going to be still making her way towards it.
Oh, no, that's all right. That's okay, but I appreciate that you think of us as friends already. If you don't recall, my name's Bo. I can't remember if we exchanged pleasantries or not yesterday. What's your name?
My name. It's
Yeah, you got a name, don't you?
Yes. Just call me Delilah.
Delilah. Well, hey there, Delilah. How are you?
Nice to meet you, Bo. Or see you again, I suppose. Yes, I'm just over here. And she will start making her way toward the inn with Bo in tow. That is sort of around the corner, so I suppose Azov would probably want to get closer, and Henry probably not closer, but following the path, and if Henry wanted to do the same. Henry, because you saw the signal, if you want to give me another perception check as you're kind of coming around, you certainly could, to see if you can see who she's signaling to. And I mean, if anybody else who want to do a perception could, but Henry's specifically looking for who she might have been signaling to, so
I'm completely oblivious.
Okay. With an 11, nothing's going to stand out to you, Henry. Maybe it's because your elevation you can't quite see. So Delilah is going to make her way over to the inn. Let's go to this. I'm going to take you guys to another map in just a second, so we can get a better kind of positioning here. So just give me a moment to sort of get all that together. Okay, you would be there. Bo would be with you. Henry would be up on a roof. And Azov would be about 50 feet back. So let's just do a quick little... That's 50 feet. Yeah, let's see. Maybe you're like kind of over there. Okay. Bringing you guys over to another scene so you can just get you know the idea a little bit better. All right. So yes, so this curved gray building here, that's the inn that she is entering. Bo, you'd be with her. Azov, I put you about 50 feet back, and Henry, you're up on the roof that would have been accessible to you. And actually, Azov, if you're there, you can also give me a... You said Bo's oblivious, Richard, so it's up to you whether or not you want to roll. But Azov, if you would like to give me a perception roll, because you actually would be in line of sight for this.
Yeah, given the 3, I think Bo's totally fixated on her.
Oh,
Damn.
oh boy. Okay. All right. So, Azov, there are 3 individuals over here who are absolutely keeping their eye on Delilah and who absolutely look like trouble.
Profiling.
With that 20, do I also spot Henry, or is she stealthing on the roof?
I did only get a 7 or I got a 22, but you also got a 22 with a natural.
Yeah,
so,
with a nat, I would say you could spot her. But I mean, you would have been doing some coordination going into this day, right? As far as like who's going to keep eyes where. So I don't think it's out of the question that you would assume she's on a roof, right? Exactly.
Bo's not really keeping up with where the others are. Does message require that I see the person? Because I was just wondering if he's going to try to talk to
I
Azov.
think you actually have
to be within a
point to
certain
them.
amount of like distance too. Like you gotta like.
You point your finger
You
toward a
point your finger,
creature.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then I'm not communicating right now.
All right. It's 120 feet though. So.
Damn, that's better than I thought.
I know. Me too. I thought it was like 30. So.
He's just hoping that he was followed.
Okay. Delilah is going to enter the inn and basically part ways with you at the desk to go to her room.
Okay. I guess he'll just come inside too, because he's gonna be pretending to get a room.
Okay. We will pause on Bo for a moment. We'll shift over to Azov and Henry from their positions to see if what they're going to do in this situation.
If I'm able to get her attention from the ground, I imagine she has a pretty good vantage point up there. I'll kind of gesture to the other side of the tower 3 figures.
Instead of circling around the front, I think I'll circle over. I'm assuming that this is like this, like it's got some like a steeple-ish sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd like to like. Oh wow, I can't move my token.
Oh, you can't?
Hold on. There we go. Now there's just too many different buttons to do shit with.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna like circle around the back of it.
Okay.
And try to see what he's talking about.
Cool. Yeah, you would see those 3 individuals down there. I'll give you a better look at them. And anybody, I mean, Bo didn't spot him, but Azov or Henry, either one of you could give me, could be a history roll maybe. I think that's usually the roll if you know people, right? All right, now you should be able to get a better look at them here.
Than that natural one I thought I was gonna get.
I've never seen these people before in my life.
Okay. So Henry, I am gonna give you something with the 10. You don't recognize these individuals, but you do know that a certain person, let's say, who often gives you work, you know there was recent word about a new trio that they might have hired to also be under that umbrella.
I think I'll circle back around again and
Okay.
like kind of gesture to myself in a broad fashion. Like,
You look fine. What's the problem?
no. I like.
You look good. Probably all that money.
Dude, so good. I'm gonna take out a single gold coin, and then
Yeah,
like
I get it. You're rich.
take
I
it.
got it. No money for me. Really
Quick
funny.
question.
Like,
Can I
for a way down?
have I confirmed that she did like go up to her room? I guess I wanted to follow her enough to see is she actually going into her room or is she sneaking out somewhere else and like climbing out a window?
She
Trying
is,
to see if she's giving me the slip or not.
when we go, yeah, we can quickly just kind of do an inside cut there. When
Because
she
I might
goes-
want to go back out and try to message.
Yeah,
these
okay,
people.
sure.
I can't communicate.
That's fair. So she would go in, she would look at the counter, whoever's at the counter, and just give them like like a knowing like I'm back kind of wave. She would then go
And then-
up to the second floor and go.
And they seem
into-
to recognize her when she does that.
Yeah, she's not like cloak up like whatever. She's
Okay.
like she's not hiding the fact that she's staying there. She's gonna go up. She's gonna open her door and go inside. Are you trying to get a look at her room at all? It would be on the second floor.
No, I'm not gonna try to get. I just want to see that she goes into her room. That's all.
Okay.
Once she's in, I think he'd want to go back out so he could
Okay.
communicate, like, "Hey, I've
Yeah.
pinpointed where she
we
is."
can
So
absolutely confirm that you saw her do that.
okay. So he's gonna go back outside then.
Okay.
I'm trying to find my way down.
Okay, we are back
As I-
outside.
As I go back out, knowing to look where I came from, could I like roll with advantage or something to see Azov?
Yeah, because Bo assumes he's being followed, so he's specifically looking for his friends.
Yeah.
I'd say that's fair. I don't know that Azov is stealthing at this point, but
Yeah, I don't know. Would I just see you, or
I mean, that's up to you, Ryan. But I think it would be fair to say you just see him.
Yeah, I'm about 45 feet away, so I'm just kind of like around the vendors, being like, "Yes, what is this? Eggs? I've heard of them. That's quite delicious, from what I can
Huh.
tell."
point over to you and just be like, "Hey, I've pinpointed her to her exact room."
Excellent, excellent. Don't let her go anywhere. By the way, she signaled to 3 ruffians. I think they're going to go and kill you now, so be mindful of that.
Where are they exactly?
And then if you're looking at me, I'm gonna be
Mhm.
like, just kind of like a. So would you say that the festival's that way? That way is where the festival was.
Got it. Thank you. If you want to corner her in the room, why don't you meet me back inside?
All right.
Richard, are you when he motions? Are you trying to like look but not look at the 3?
Oh yeah, I just
individuals?
I just take a quick like look over with my eyes, trying to
Okay.
be super
Okay.
stealthy about it.
That's fair. All right.
Um,
So
Did Henry catch up to me yet?
I'm like crawling down the side of this building.
cool. Yeah, we can say you're over there. I do want to say that I rolled a perception roll for these guys, and one of them did just get a nat 20 on.
What a bitch.
Yeah. So,
That was rude.
you're gonna notice when you do a little your kind of side glance there, Richard. The one in the back, sort of the kid of the 3, if you will.
mhm.
He's gonna be like tapping on the shoulder and being like, "Oh," like pointing right at you.
Be the kid that noticed.
Do I see him do that?
I guess roll me a perception on that. He's not hiding it. Well, he's not hiding it. I'm not gonna say he's trying to do it sneakily.
Okay.
It's like more of an excited like, "The boss, there he is," kind of point.
Shit, I've been made.
It was good to know you, Bo. I will remember you fondly.
Hey, why don't you wait for them to come over and then you can just like flank right behind and like stab him in the back.
Oh yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that instead.
The 3 of them are going to start walking over toward you, Bo, and they don't know about the other 2. They're just gonna walk over to you. and they're going to slowly approach you. The one on the right, kind of the slick one, he's kind of like, maybe flipping his knife around, kind of fun, just like, oh, what have we here? New friend of our friend, huh?
If you're referring to the lass that just went inside, then yeah. She just called us friends, yeah?
Oh, making friends pretty quickly, is she? What business do you have with Red?
Well, we smoked a joint together, and, I don't know, taking a bit of a fancy to her, little. Don't you go telling her that, though. So, just getting to know her a little bit of courtship, how do you fucking know her? You friends as well?
Oh, yeah, you could say that. Acquaintances, friends, colleagues, co-worker, whatever you want to say. We recognize a face and a name.
Of course. Speaking of names, though, what's her name? Because it ain't Red.
No, that's a nickname, lowercase Red.
Sure. What's her actual name?
I'm sure she told you her name. What
Yeah,
you quizzing me
she
for?
told me her name. I'm just trying to see if you know her name.
Interesting. You want to go have another maybe a private discussion about this? There's a nice quiet spot just around the corner.
Oh no, I like the courtyard plenty, thank you. But
Too many prying eyes and ears, especially if we're talking about names and fake names.
oh,
At
you're
this
saying
point,
that you're saying to give a fake name.
At this point,
Right.
I would like to walk over. Be like, gentlemen, how are we today on this fine coronation day?
You do that, and the kid that you're closest to is definitely like, ah! Oh, jeez. Oh. Just turns around. Oh, well, you scared me, Mister Fish Guy there. Yeah.
Oh, hey there, Mr. Freshman. Your man over here is just telling me about how he wants to kind of sneak away into some shadowy corners because he's talking about fake names and such.
Oh, fake names and shadowy corridors. Sounds exciting. I'd love to hear all about it. Tell me, what's the meaning of this?
The slick guy is going to continue. All right, suppose if the two of you want to come around the corner talk about this privately, we could do that. I'm assuming Henry's still kind of hanging behind Sid, or is she also?
Shit, but I'm
Is
also
this-
just like standing there.
Okay.
The person that just said this are they a dwarf? Are they a person or the?
Okay,
human?
so it's the one on the left is a
They're-
dwarf.
They're a
The
person, Ryan. Gosh.
dwarf on the
That's
left. Dwarf on the left. Half elf in the middle. Human on the right.
To the dwarf, I'm 5'4", so I'm not much
Right.
taller. But having this opportunity, as I will use his height to his advantage, he'll walk over to the dwarf, like stand right in front of him, and be like, "Well, anything you got to say to me in a dark, shadowy corridor, you can say to me right here."
See, that's
Hey,
what I'm all about.
You're
And actually,
challenging
can I
me there,
use-
Fishman. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I use friends?
Is that a cantrip?
It is
Yes.
a cantrip,
Okay.
but it is used on all charisma checks, including intimidation.
Friendly.
So I kind of want to.
So you're doing a Mortal Kombat friendship on this dwarf.
I'm kind of like, if you want to tell me something, like it's like I'm being friendly, but I'm not.
Okay.
Basically, like make a move or move on.
All charisma checks. Okay, so you're making an intimidation check at advantage, is what this is
Yes.
doing for you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like standing up right to him. So like, whatever you got to say it to my fucking face.
Okay.
Enter 21.
21. Okay. The dwarf is gonna stare very angrily at you, and then he just kind of look at the slick guy and just do like a kind of face. Yeah, all right. My friend says maybe no discussion is needed. We'll just be on our merry way doing what we're doing this fine day, and you all can do the same. How about that?
Well, hold up now. Just here's the weird thing. I'm a bit confused about why you were suddenly making a big deal about the girl.
Just, we're doing a bit of protection, alright? That's to keep her safe.
Yeah, who's asking?
Well, that's none of your business. Do I ask who your boss is?
Well, no, but it looks like you're about to gang up on me, so,
That ain't
I'm
ganging
thinking
up, it's free on two.
well, at first it was looking like 3-on-1, but now here's this stranger come to help me out. I'm thinking, actually, I want to ask you some questions now, is what it is. I'm thinking these tables need to be turned a little.
Well, if we want to ask questions, and if broad daylight's the place to do it, I suppose we'll do that. I'm just gonna have a seat right over here in that case. He's gonna do that. He's gonna just kind of sit on this sort of, one of these crates over here. And the kid's gonna come over and kind of do the same. The dwarf is gonna be just right next to Azov still, just like, this guy.
You and me. What's up?
Bo's just gonna continue on then. Now, here's the thing. I don't like being approached, and I don't like people just coming up threatening like. So I want to know who's hired you to do this, and are you truly friends of hers or not? Because I care about her well-being and all. You better tell it to me true, otherwise he's gonna take out his hammer. Otherwise, things are gonna get nasty.
All right, are you gonna call that a persuasion or an intimidation? With the
That is
hammer, I
definitely
feel like it's kind of, yeah.
It's definitely intimidation. Gosh, I wish I could have turned that into a deception,
Yes,
but
for
it
one,
wasn't.
okay. Thank you, Ryan.
Okay, all right.
It's not a free charisma advantage.
Right,
It does
it's
come-
you have 1 minute of he won't hurt you. Yeah,
if he's prone to violence.
sure. So the slick guy is going to continue spinning his knife. He's going to look at the hammer, look at you. Right. I'm going to be honest with you. You ain't scaring me, all right, goat guy? But listen, if it's all the same to you, a job's a job. We're supposed to protect Red, and that's sort of the end of that.
So you mean real protection, like, not like mob boss, like, oh yeah, we're protecting, when really you're extorting the lass.
We got no interest in harming the girl.
Well, that's good, like.
Uh,
So, how do you get one of these gigs? Because you see, I'm a bit of an adventurer myself, and boy, I sure would like to get in your line of work. Because I don't know if you can tell, I'm mean with a hammer.
right.
Could definitely do some protecting of myself.
Our boss is a bit exclusive. Got to kind of get her attention first, you know.
Oh, please, just give me an in. I could really use the money.
Please.
He will resort to whatever he has to get this information.
In his mind, Azov's like, have some dignity, man.
So okay, so with that, he's gonna just kind of look you up and down. You know what? I'm not even gonna make you roll for that because that was just such a true statement from Bo. That was real. Like
I can do magical things as well. I swear.
This guy-
I can make it worthwhile.
Like, you
Just
know,
please
they
get me
make
an
it
in with your
worse.
boss.
Oh, listen. Why don't you come with us for a little bit? Fishman's not invited. We can talk further. All right.
I'm gonna just be like, oh, I don't know. Hey, what do you think? Should you just like tail me? Like, I don't know. I feel like I gotta get. Some
Remember, you have to
information out of these
point at
guys.
him for message. So if you're
No,
gonna,
that's what I do. I'm
Okay,
slightly.
okay. Give me a sleight of hand because
Okay.
it is part of it.
Okay.
Henry's in the.
Really good with sleight of hand.
All right. An 11. Okay. I need to look at.
I have a whole +1.
Yeah, I need to look at a quick stat thing.
What's their passive?
That's what I'm looking at.
I'm absolutely
Because I think
behind
they're going to
what
be
both of
flat
these
if
guys
nothing else.
just-
Okay. You do it subtly. Their passives are 10 and 9. Like, I'm just gonna tell you straight up, those are their passives.
Yeah, he just like
You did it?
tries to do a subtle little point thing while he's like stroking his beard, just like, oh gosh, I gotta think on it. Just kind of going off. I suppose I don't have anything else going on, maybe. And just like awaiting response, like, what do I do? What do I do?
But then, come on, he's gonna start to put his knife away, and he's gonna start to turn around. At which point, he will see Henry, and he's gonna look at you for a second.
Gentlemen?
And I'm gonna roll a history for him real quick.
Sure. Seems awfully tense over here. Everybody okay?
Hold on.
The sad thing is, Richard knows that Henry has the information of who they work for, but Bo doesn't know that, so he's trying desperately to get that info.
So, I just rolled another.
Awfully tense. Did you just roll another natural fucking 20?
I did. On a flat 20 history roll.
Get out of here.
Does this show? Hold on. Can I show history just so you guys know I'm not? Oh, does this not have a history
No, I
thing?
believe you.
Okay. I just like for any of that. Oh, it does have history. There it is.
Actually, it's like a 27.
No. There it is. Oh, there it is.
Oop. Oh.
There it goes.
Yep.
There it is.
So he's gonna look at you, and just Henry. Well, I didn't know she was sending out others to make sure we did the job. And then he's gonna he's not drawing his weapon at you, but he just got really uncomfortable. Just like, what are you also doing here?
I was just coming from the coronation. Something going on.
Just a job that we were hired to do that you weren't.
Okay.
Well, as someone who also happens to work in protection, I work for protection for the city, as it were. Everything seems completely fine here, so looking back to the dwarf, why don't we all just move along and have a great coronation day?
I do feel like our minute's probably up. So, yeah, at the move along, the dwarf is going to just, like, go for a hammer swing.
All right.
And, let me take you back to the big picture of the dwarf man. He's a grumpy boy. He was ready to
That's a Rob Swanson dwarf if I've ever
he
seen
was
one.
ready to swing that hammer. Yeah. So,
But I didn't make the first swing.
no. And I'm not gonna say it's like a surprise attack or anything like that. Like, we will just roll regular old initiative here.
From Bo and Henry's perspective, it's like, oh, everything's calm. We're starting to like figure things out, and then it's just swing.
No.
Like, ah, what happened?
None.
Oh man. So no one told you life was gonna be this way. You cast friends. That's what happens. Plus one. Oh, interesting. Okay. The kid's more Dexy than his
Wow.
seniors.
Oh, I have to click on my token and then do it. You
Phase
click
of
on your.
D&D Beyond, or
I don't know. So I'm gonna click on my token and then I'm gonna click on initiative. The 5 is what counts. I'm just curious.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that's how that works in the future. Okay. Good to know.
Okay, so
I
that...
link my shit to D&D.
But yeah, I got a 5, not an 8.
Okay. All right, so they're gonna go there. That's a 20 from Henry. So Henry right now is leading, and Ryan, did you do yours? Did I miss it?
8 for me.
Oh yes, that's yours. Okay, thank you. Okay, that puts you at a bow, and I need to roll for the kid, and then we'll be in it. Okay. Not super great for him, but that's all right. Okay, and we got the kid. He's gonna go there. Okay, so Henry is first, and then all the thugs are after her. I'll get this combat music going. Thank you, Ryan.
So at this point, the dwarf hasn't swung. He's prompting to swing.
Yeah, he's going for his
Like
hammer.
he's got that thing ready. Okay. Holding mostly empty, like she's got her bow in her hand, but she's not like doesn't have an arrow nocked or anything like that. She like holds up both hands. Really, is this a good idea? Broad daylight, she's going to hear about this, and you know how she gets when she's unhappy. And I'm just gonna see if I can't talk him down a little bit.
Okay. You're saying that kind of collectively?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a persuasion.
+2.
All right. So with a 14, the dwarf is unfazed by that. The human's kind of unfazed by that, but the kid who's near you, he's got a knife of his own, and he doesn't look like he's holding that so sure and confidently after you say that. He looks a little unsure of himself after that.
I'll let that be my turn, I think.
Okay. Well, the dwarf is just going to be straight up swinging at Azov. Okay, so let's just do that. Maybe I should just do all these in browser instead of trying to split between my phone. Ryan, what is your AC? Oh, it's a 10. You're definitely higher than a 10.
18 with shield.
Yeah. All right.
So I imagine like he quickly like pulls the shield and like blocks the hammer like right. It's like, ooh, shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, no. Total whiff on that one. The other guy is going to take a step over, and he's going to stab his knife at you. He rolls, you said your AC is 15?
18.
18, sorry, yeah. He rolled a 12, so still nothing going on there. That's going to ding right off of you. And the kid is going to look at Henry, look at Azov, look at Henry, Azov, and just, he's not going to act on this turn either. He does seem pretty shaken by what Henry just said. And now it's up to you, Ryan.
Okay.
Sorry, real quick. What did the second guy do when he came up? He attacked and missed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So far, we've had 2 misses.
Got it.
Azov blocking both. It's like, 2-on-1 hasn't been my first time. Let's see how you handle this. And he's gonna thrust his trident, but it's gonna stop short because he's not making a melee attack. He's casting a spell. He's casting specifically Thunder Wave on both of them.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. It's a con save.
Yes. Oh, real low roll, but and I'm doing it so that it's right in front of Bo, but it's not hitting Bo.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. I've got a. What is your save? It's meets it, beats it, correct?
Yeah.
I got a 16 and a 13. Is it a half damage?
13. Yeah.
Okay.
So they both take 2 thunder damage.
Okay.
And
They're only pushed back if they fail.
correct.
Okay. I mean, you certainly knocked them both, though. That's a hit. That's damage.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm gonna call my Tentacle of the Deep.
Okay.
So behind Mr. Knifey Stab guy right here, I'm going to slam the pommel of my trident on the ground, and a puddle of black viscous Arctic water is going to appear behind him, and a ethereal tentacle is going to emerge from that and try and whip him.
Okay. You should now have control over that. I needed to start keeping this on every page, like some of
the Sister Blade and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Okay, Ryan. That is making an attack as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay. 21's definitely going to be a hit. I don't even need to check that. 8 cold to Mr. Stabby.
For some reason, D&D Beyond adds charisma. It shouldn't. It's just 5.
Okay.
But its speed, the target speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. So if he's trying to run, it's like he starts to feel the ice start to run up his spine as it slows him down.
Yeah. Oh, the fishman's got ice magic. I feel all... Oh, blimey. All right. I think with that, we move on to Bo.
All right, all of this is just pure chaos. It seems like everything was going well, and then everything suddenly wasn't. So his fight or flight is going to kick in, and he is pretty much always fight. So his rage gets enacted, and he's gonna step forward, and he already had his shield and hammer out earlier from that little intimidation thing. So he's gonna take a swing and attempt to hit this guy, and I get a extra 1d4 on top of this in case it misses. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Warhammer one-handed.
Yes, we're using our new flanking rules. Definitely a hit.
Nice hit.
Why did it roll 2d8 though?
I don't know. There's only
It
one in your
didn't
results.
Yeah.
It did into the okay, so that's that's 10 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
No!
Okay. He had 8 HP left, so you can do it how you want to do this. Whether that is a killing blow
I
or
would
not.
say it's non-lethal. He's not trying to kill people. He's
Okay.
just gonna try to knock him out.
Yeah, you do it, and he's gonna be just like, I can't hardly move, and just he's gonna knock out, go down.
It'll be okay.
Well done, Bo.
All right. Anything else for you, Richard?
Doing that, he is going to just kind of instinctually kick into what fighting training he's had, and then make himself flank in over on this side.
Okay.
Actually, seeing that Henry's up next, he is going to go here.
Okay. You're technically leaving a threatened square. However, the kid is not going to take a stab at you.
This was a threat. That's not a threatened square.
Oh, I'm
unless
sorry. I'm
Does
sorry.
he have
Nope.
10-foot reach?
Nope, that's my mistake. My mistake.
Okay. All right.
So regardless, same result. No attack coming your way.
Okay.
Sid, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to so she's gonna pull up the side of her skirt, and she's gonna she's wearing her armors underneath, the
Mhm.
leathers and stuff
Mhm.
like that, and she pulls her short sword free, from where it's strapped to her calf while she's wearing her dress. And she gestures to the kid, stay. Stay there. And then I'm gonna move forward, and I'm gonna try to knock this guy out.
Okay. Give me a persuasion on staying, on telling him to stay there. Gonna be a low DC because you already rattled him a little bit.
Nice.
Oh yeah, he's staying put. He is listening. In fact, he will probably sit back down on the crate, just like, okay.
Good boy. And then I'm gonna try to whack the dwarf. I don't know if he's injured, but I'm not trying to kill him.
He's been thunder waved,
Oh yeah,
and that's it so far.
it's a bad day for anybody, really. And we're doing, what was our flanking rules? It's still just a +1,
A
or
D4.
was it a
1d4.
D4? That's right.
It's kind of nice. You get to throw the D4 afterwards if it's gonna make a difference.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't need to preemptively roll it.
Hey,
Oh yeah. Oh, that's it.
35.
Yeah. Yeah. You hit. You hit.
Sneak attack.
I got that too.
It would be sneak attack.
Because I got the stuff. +3 plus. And what is my sneak attack? Pretty sure it's a D6. Yes, it is. 11.
That is a big hit. This dwarf looks he couldn't take another one of those or a part of those at all.
That's literally all I I can disengage. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Well, since you stabbed him, he's gonna take a swing at you next. Because now he's the one surrounded. So here comes that. And Henry, what is your AC?
Both can get so much trouble. It's 14.
He rolled a 14.
A
Oh no, I'm sorry.
natural
He rolled
20.
a 22. My mistake. Wait, why?
Lordy.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna re-roll that because there was a weird setting turned on. 15. Still a hit.
Yeah, hey, that hits.
Okay. All right. What is my damage here? Ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay. So he's going to hit you for 7 bludgeoning damage with his hammer.
Just curious, what kind of hammer is it? Is it a warhammer? Is it a maul?
It's definitely more of a warhammer. It's a heavy guy. He's swinging two-handed. With that two-handed, yeah, no, I think that's all he's gonna do. He'd be the type to go down swinging. The kid is still sitting there, and he's just gonna let up just like a when he sees all the blows being exchanged over there, and we go back to Azov.
Yeah, I'll take an attack with my trident, and I'll take an attack with my. Let's see if the trident gets him first.
It may.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you a how you want to do this on that.
He is also going non-lethal for this. He attacks Henry, and it's like, that wasn't part of the plan. That was a mistake. And he's gonna basically whip the pommel around and just plunk upside the jaw, and just teeth go out, and he's down.
Okay, he's down, and since the kid has been shooketh, we're out of combat. I guess technically your tentacle's still there, but
Quick,
yes.
part of my question is, does his warhammer look better than mine? Because right now, what I'm working with is basically a sledgehammer.
Okay. So
I asked for a reason, Tony. I want to know if it's worth
yeah. I mean, it absolutely looks nicer. It's a dwarven warhammer.
Does it do 1d10 versatile, or is it the 2d6?
It is the. I'm sorry. I'll make sure I give you the right answer. It's gonna be the versatile.
Okay. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take his hammer.
Okay. Are you going to take anything else of his? Are you going to search the 2 knockouts for anything further, or are you just going to take the hammer?
I mean, yeah, I'll start looting their body. I'll start searching.
Okay. Well, only one is knocked out. I'm sorry, only one is not knocked out. But of the two unconscious guys, if you're searching, but sorry, other way around, only one is still standing. If you're gonna
so in trouble.
Sorry. So one had the hammer, one had a knife. They both have potions of healing. Just the basic healing potion.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody else is pickpocketing the other one. I'm just gonna pickpocket the I guess it's not pickpocketing, but I'm gonna take the I'm gonna loot the potion off this guy.
I'm gonna do my absolute best to drag both of them over towards the side of the building and try to make it look like maybe they drank too much.
Okay. Fortunately, with the commotion in the square, there's enough going on that nobody is actually. Give me. Do people want to give me other perception rolls, and they'd be hearing based in case that makes a difference for anybody?
Sure, I'll do a perception.
Sure.
Not bad, not bad.
So from I would say just Azov, from where you're standing, from the bit of the square, you'd still be able to see, and based on the commotion you're hearing, things are getting crazy over there. It is not going to be noticed what you're doing here, and it's probably best to just avoid that square for a bit. It's gonna city guards probably got to make sure a riot does not happen.
If they're handling the bodies,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, first I want to look up in the. We're in front of the inn, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I want to scan the window, see if there's anyone watching us.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Would you allow that 14 to be, or you want a separate one?
I prompted you for that, so since you want this one, give me a separate one.
Okay. 13.
More or less the same. You do not spot anyone in the windows, and Bo, you would have noted that the room she went would have been facing into the other way from this.
Okay.
Awesome.
However, with your 13, Ryan, I am gonna say, you do, like, as you're looking up, you don't see anything in the windows, but as you look up, you do see a white, probably a dove, but some sort of white bird, and it stands out because you don't normally see a lovely bird like that. Also happened to just kind of fly away from seemingly the other side of the inn off into the horizon.
One thing I do want to call before it's too late. So with the new rage rules, you can keep a rage going for up to 10 minutes as long as you keep on using a bonus action to keep it up. So that's what he's gonna be like. His heart is still racing from what just happened. So just in case he needs some athletics later to like be jumping buildings or something, he's keeping
Great.
that rage up
Drag
for right now.
the bodies. I've got one good arm. Come on, just help me move.
Yeah. His adrenaline rush is still going. He's got advantage on those strength checks to pull the bodies.
Sure.
So while they're handling the two ruffian bodies, I want Azov to go to the kid, and he's not the nicest person, so he's gonna like kind of pick him up by the scruff, be like, "All right, the red woman. What do you know? What's her deal? Why is she here? Why are you protecting her? Who do you work for?"
We were hired to protect her. I swear that's all I know. They said her name was Delilah. We were hired to protect her, and it's by. Actually, I'm gonna give you all that, but I do want the intimidation roll, just to
Can I
see
have
if he tells you.
advantage?
Yes, you can. Just in case he gives you everything. And I will say he's a half elf, so like you are not only lifting him, but you're like looking up and then lifting him. So he's like extra intimidated by like this guy's like several inches shorter and just lifted me off the ground. Yes.
Azov is short. He's a short king, but he's still got 16 strength.
Right, exactly.
And training with athletics, so he's like a beefy boy.
Yeah, you Simba this guy as you're intimidating him.
Nat 20.
Oh, nat 20.
What is you had tonight?
Wow. Okay. So he says all that, just like listen, I'm new. This is my first job. I got paired with some guys who've been around the block a little bit more. We were just paid a couple gold to watch her. Just make sure no one gives her any trouble while she does what she's got to do. That's it. She said her name was Delilah. I don't know if it's a fake name or not. I suspect it is. Oh, I just beat myself. And you didn't need to know that, but I did. And that's what she says her name is. And our boss is he's gonna like you're holding him and he's like trying to lean down to whisper it into your ear awkwardly, so he's like trying to lean in like it's her name's,
Oh, it's there.
They call her the matron.
The matron?
They call your boss the matron?
Yeah.
It's giving Chunk from the Goonies, to be honest, and I love it a lot.
Okay.
Do I know who the matron is?
You could roll a history.
Listen, I show up to work. I don't do any research. But I am on fire tonight.
That's a good roll.
Shit.
You don't know much about her. You do know she is a significant name in the underground of Teleport. She's like one of the biggest names as far as organized crime here.
So the matron hired you to protect her, or she hired you to protect her from the matron?
No, I work for the matron, and the matron's paying us to make sure that Delilah's like no one bothers her.
Azov's gonna look over to Henry. What's her vibe right now?
Are like I want to say like that hammer hit like knocked into her shoulder good enough that it's worthless. But like one arm is kind of like crossed like tightly around her torso, like lips tight, pierced, eyes narrow, kind of like oh. She looks very uncomfortable.
All right. Do you know any other plans besides taking care of her? Where she's supposed to go? Why is she here? Delilah, if that's her real name.
The job's supposed to be done after today. That's all I know. Can you put me down now? Cause like, listen, I know, like I'd feel the pee going down my leg regardless, but like the fact that it's like dripping off my shoes, extra embarrassing.
We're just gonna keep you a bit longer now. Now, were you protecting her when she was out there at the coronation? Were you out there with her?
We had our eyes on her, yeah.
What was she doing?
We did, yeah, it wasn't at 20 on the intimidation. Listen, she was going to get some document or something, and that's, yeah.
Did she go in the building?
Which building?
And the castle thing where the coronation was happening. Where did she get this document?
That's my understanding.
She went inside. Did you see her do it?
No, we just made sure no one bothered her on the way in and out.
But did you see her go in the door and out?
She kind of dropped into the moat, and I don't know what happened after that.
Okay, so she was breaking in. She was breaking out. Okay. All right, that's something to go off of.
Does she possess any abilities that you know of?
She seems like kind of special. I don't know. Like,
what does that mean?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. You guys got magic powers too. I don't know how it works. I'm just a guy. I'm just a regular guy.
Have you seen her abilities?
Oh.
No, but you heard about it. How do you know that she's special? How do you know about her magic?
Have you seen her skin, man? She survived like some crazy stuff.
Ordinary people survive crazy stuff.
Listen, I was told she was special, and she may be even more special someday. That's it. I swear
Was it the matron? Was it the matron that told you she was special?
No, it's just like kind of the buzz about her, you know?
The buzz from who?
Just matron people.
Matron people, so other people know about her.
I mean, I guess they were buzzing, so like, you know.
Where are they buzzing? You got some kind of hideout or something where y'all talking about the jobs you got and stuff?
I kind of feel like I shouldn't tell you where that is because I'm already going to be in like a lot of trouble, and I'm probably first and last job, and I probably shouldn't even go back.
I'll tell you what's really in trouble. You see those guys? They're knocked out currently. Now, I know that seems like it's a good thing, but have you ever been knocked out before? It's really bad for you. Not as bad as death, but still really bad.
I've never
we
even
can still
been in
make
a
that happen.
fight until right now.
Where is your boss? Where is the matron?
Hey, you know, he might have said enough today.
Nah, I think I got him right where I want him. I'll have to find out where this matron lady is.
And he'll give you he'll give you like a location of how to find her.
And then
alrighty,
Azov's gonna like drop him.
Well, no! I got one more question. I got like put my hammer up to him. I got one more question for you. How much longer were you meant to protect her here? How much longer is she expected to be in that room?
Her job's done after today. I don't know.
How long were you expecting to be stationed here, waiting outside here to protect her?
Till we saw her again.
Till you saw her one more time, so she's still expecting to come downstairs one more time.
That would be my guess.
Alrighty then, so I guess we can assume that she's still up in her room and not sneaking out the back window.
Can I go now?
Get out of here.
Thank you. He's gonna turn and run and.
Wait! Hold on!
Oh, what now?
Get out of town. He means get out of town.
He's gonna
You
start.
better
running.
get out of town. But hey, I noticed something now.
He's gonna.
Each of these other two had a health potion on them. If you got a health potion on you, you better cough it up right now. Otherwise, I'm smacking you over the head.
He's immediately gonna reach into his pocket, hand you a health potion, and then bolt.
Alrighty, now I'm satisfied.
I noticed a pattern.
Here, which one of you doesn't have one yet?
As he bolts, he said he peed himself, and as he bolts, you see another stain on the back too. He was very afraid.
Oh.
What?
Do you think we went a bit too far with the lad? He seems so young.
Exceedingly.
No, I think he needed to learn.
Which
Crime doesn't pay.
They're gonna be whatever the low level, like the basic one is, the 2d4.
Is it 2d4?
2d4 plus
2d4
4, right?
plus 4, yeah.
No
That's the basic.
shit.
That's a potion of healing, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
I was about to say one of those numbers sounds too big.
Yeah. Still.
2d4 plus,
good.
yeah, sorry.
Well, that was informative. The matron. What does the matron want with her?
We can go ask her herself. She's still up there, and we don't know for how long.
Maybe. I saw a white bird fly by. Not native around here. I don't know if she's sending messages or...
Can you give me another perception roll? You all can, now that you mention that, if everyone else wants to give me one.
Alrighty.
Stress.
What the fuck, Ryan? This is so freaking good today.
Is off with the 20. Being as
We
he saw...
said if Andrew isn't here, somebody has to be the Ryan for, or the Andrew
Yeah.
for the session.
Yep.
You
All
saw...
of his talent.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't make my rolls screen. I'm gonna do that now in a moment. Ryan, you, because you were on the lookout for one bird, you are going to see another bird. And with the 20, it's going to be the same kind of bird, same like white bird. With the 20 I will give you, you are going to notice that it is flying away with some sort of parchment clutched in its talons.
Henry.
Yeah.
Shoot that bird right now.
What?
Shoot that bird. You have an arrow, right?
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at the bird.
I really hope you nail this.
Where'd my fucking bow go? There it is.
The bird's AC.
I don't know.
It is!
Oh, but it doesn't matter with a nat 20.
So with that, like, the bum arm, she, like, just kind of grits her teeth and, like, goes for it. And maybe she's like, don't hit it. And then it hits. And she's like, oh, great. That's fantastic.
And it goes
I nailed
down.
it.
You absolutely nail
the
that
full, The full Skyrim kill shot.
bird. You absolutely nail that bird. And it's going to fall... it's going to fall... I'm going to say maybe, like, kind of over in this zone. So you'd have to go over to it.
Perfect. Let's go grab it.
Okay.
Grab it quick, but let's not forget she's up there and she could leave at any time.
Maybe one person stay behind, watch the door.
I'm watching that door,
Okay, I'll stand midpoint.
but I don't know how many doors they got here. I don't know if there's a back door, how many windows.
Okay, Azov, you pick up the dead, it is, we'll say it's a dove, a white dove, and there's parchment attached to it. As you open it, the ink's fairly fresh, maybe still a little bit runny. And,
God, I hope I wasn't interrupting someone sending love net letters to someone.
and let me make sure this is in everyone's journals, and I will show it to the players, and this is the note you find.
Alexander the Landstrider.
I'll read the title as well.
182. The King's Warcasters. The King's Warcasters. Alexander the Landstrider. 182. 1009. Bismarck the Wave Diver. 5444 or 515. 519. Castor the Skyrunner. 431 712. Would I have any idea what these numbers mean?
I roll. Oh, what roll would that be?
Usually it's investigation when trying to solve puzzle like
I guess it'd be investigation. It's gonna be a pretty low one. I'll tell you.
Is this where my luck runs out? Nope.
Apparently not. They read like coordinates.
I do, before I head back over, I want to kind of peek around the corner here.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see, kind of like looking around, do I see her with her window open? The woman with red hair? Delilah?
Give me that perception roll.
12.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you know where you're looking. I'm gonna say you don't see her, but there definitely is an open window up there. There is one open window.
Okay. I'll walk back to Henry and then to Bo, and I'll show them what the paper says.
Huh, we got A, B, C, and we got land, water, sky.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to say.
And then some weird numbers, but I'm sure they're not important.
I believe they're actually coordinates.
Oh. Well, I feel stupid.
Well, you'll get there. Don't worry. But yes, are these famous people? Are they well known in the King's Court or in the land or anything like that?
You have no idea.
Henry, do these names look familiar to you at all?
I don't know, do they?
You can roll for me on that. With your investigation, Ryan, all you got was the coordinates part.
Fair.
Are we doing investigation or history? Doesn't matter, I got
Yeah,
this. Just
okay.
kidding. Girl, stop!
Me too. You have never like read any of these names, or you don't know what a warcaster means in this context, but knowing your line of work, you're pretty convinced that, like, hey, I bet plenty of people have secret projects, probably kings too. Of note, this king died a couple of years back. The last one, right? Because his son just came of age.
Right.
So it's been a couple of years since presumably that king was alive. But yeah, you don't know what it is, but it seems he was working on something
And
at least unknown to the common folk.
The coordinates, like, is there, like, looking at
Would you like to see a big map?
maps and stuff like that, would I have a general idea if those coordinates would potentially relate to the city or to, like, all of the continent, or
Let's jump to the big map, and I will show you exactly where. Well, give or take where they are.
like
Okay.
Pentacly, or like all of like the tarot deck?
Yeah. You can keep you can stay to the left side. It's not going to be like
Okay.
everything. Okay, these should all be visible now. That is
Okay.
approximately where they are.
Okay. I'm just thinking now, friends. What if she's the good guy, and we just totally disrupted something that really needed to happen?
I mean, how could she be the good guy? The matron is looking out for anyone who works with a matron. Clearly, is of the shifty type.
I mean, she did break into a castle and whatnot, but what if there's good reason? I'm not quite up to date with all the political leanings of everybody in the king's castle, and at this point, we don't even know who the king is. I guess it's gonna be what the would-be king's uncle, and we don't know much about him. So I don't know who's good and who's bad. I think we need to talk to this girl.
Azov's
I
right,
think
though.
it's time. I think it's time we inquire further. Now that we know that she had dealings with a matron, that gives us a good enough reason to have a conversation. Shall we head upstairs?
I think I'm up for it. Yeah.
Okay. So you all are going to head inside. Are you going to just kind of walk up and barge in? Are you going to knock on her door?
Before we go up there,
Yes.
Azov does want to kind of grab Henry. It's like, was it my imagination, or did you appear familiar with those gentlemen? You said something about getting in so much trouble.
So what? What if we have the same employer?
The matron?
Sure. Yep.
Is that
Look, I'm a
gonna
thief.
look?
I'm not a liar. Yeah.
Well, wait. Hold up now. This whole time we're looking at notice boards, and you got a good employer for us.
Good is a word for it. Yeah. Sure. Good.
Is that why 8-9 was so cold to you last night?
I mean, maybe he's arrested, take it in. I don't know what the official term would be, but he's taken a few that I've known. Not me specifically, but
Wait, so you work for this matron person?
manner of speaking, yeah.
That's perfect. That
It's
means we have
not.
it in.
It's really not, though.
You know where they are, and we can find out what their deal is.
I know what her deal is. Mostly.
Great. What is it?
Being the bossest bitch in town, mostly. I don't know what this is specifically, but I know that once she finds out that I was around and didn't stop you, and then that kid got away, I almost wish I was skipping town right now.
Well, who says you were here? Maybe you're just walking by when all this happened.
Great, so I'm not gonna go in that room then.
Well, hold up now. I think that maybe you'd be the best person for the job. See, it seemed like I assumed she knew that she was being protected, so you can be like, "Hey, the matron sent me.
Oh,
I
she
want to check
definitely
it.
knew.
Want to check in on you. You know, I think you'd be the best person to talk to her." Also, just women don't tend to like men barging on their doors.
Don't like anyone barging on their doors. But would you like to know what happens when I meddle? It's not good.
Are you saying that we should leave this one alone?
I would love that you would, but now I kind of want to fucking know too.
Okay,
Why does she
then.
want to know where the what are warcasters? Why does she want to know where they are? Who are they sending it to? But I also don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
I mean, this could be big. If the matron's in on it, and she's able to sneak into the palace without being detected, this could be real big, which means big of money.
Listen, I'd absolutely love it. If that bitch was taken in, I would love it with my whole heart. But right now we're scraping at the bottom of the barrel, and there's things, and it's great. But what happens when we stop grabbing things and the trail runs dry, and then I have to go back?
I mean, aren't you already in deep shit anyway because of what just happened? Aren't you already, a penny in?
Why not? Yeah, sure. Technically.
Well, here's the
Guess
deal.
you're right.
I think one of us should be down by the window in case she tries to escape out of it. So I think the question is, who's the best to talk to her, and who's the best to wait by the window in case she tries to flee?
I have negative charisma. For anybody asking.
I'm pretty good at deception. I'm known to be a little charismatic.
I have flat charisma, actually. Whoa.
I mean, I don't think I need to tell you how
No, we saw.
charismatic I am.
No, we saw. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
On the bottom of the ocean, they call it Riz.
I'm a little afraid of him, to be honest.
Would you-
and
mean,
my
you're
insight
also-
is fault, actually.
You're also quite fast. Maybe Henry, you should be the one down there in case she tries to run for it. Cause
Would
I can't
love
I can't keep up because I got wee little legs. I'm not that fast.
This second nothing comes of this, and the second she turns around and starts talking to the matron again, if she's talking to the matron at all, it's going to be a big problem for me. So I would love to stay downstairs.
Oh no, not downstairs. You're gonna have to go outside and around where the window is.
I will happily stay out of the building near the window.
Okay, well I guess it's me and you then. We gotta come up with a strategy of sorts. The thing is, she's already seen me a bit, and she's probably gonna feel like I was, not being forthcoming when I was talking with her earlier. So maybe I need to disguise myself as someone else.
You could disguise yourself as 8-9.
We also got 2 guys knocked out and 1 skipping down. You can pick one of them.
I'll disguise myself as the dwarf.
So she already knows about the dwarf. But if we're trying to get information, why would she give information to the dwarf who presumably already knows it?
Unless he doesn't know it. And
Well, why don't we just say we're with the matron?
they want more money. I mean, there's that also.
Or we
My
just
plan
come
is to
flat-
go in there and demand answers. So, however that helps you orchestrate that plan.
Alrighty, well, how about this? We do the good officer, bad officer thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the good one, and you be the bad one.
But I'm very good at what I do.
You're very good at what you do, but you're the tough.
Have you been
and I'm the
seeing me
soft.
today? I've been
All right,
crushing it today.
Okay, tough officer, soft officer. Is that a better way to put it?
Hmm.
I'd be the wee soft one, trying to, give her some honey, and then you give her the stick. If honey's
like
and
that
sticks,
better.
yeah, I'm sure that's the metaphor.
Yep, that sounds right.
Okay, well, Henry, I guess get into position, and then we'll be knocking on the door.
As we start to walk up, Azov's going to look back and and I mean, if things don't work out with the matron, I'm sure you're, someone will be able to sort things out for you.
I know nobody. Thanks for that attempt, though.
Uh-huh. Right. Gonna keep doing this, all right.
Sure.
Little Miss Disappearing Coin.
I am going to disguise myself. First of all, I'm gonna go around the corner for a second, where the coast is clear, and I'm going to attempt to disguise myself because I don't want her to see Bo again. I feel like that's gonna bring up too many weird feelings. So he's just gonna disguise himself as some kind of generic dwarf in similar armor, obviously different style, but kind of a dwarvish armor that's of a similar quality to Azov.
Okay. And specifically not the dwarf that you just knocked out.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
just some generic dwarf that she hasn't seen before.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Cool. I didn't blow up anything.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to go disguise myself.
Fireball.
Yep.
Suddenly
Centered on me.
Yeah. Sudden Modrin appears. Hey,
Okay.
what's going on? Okay.
Alrighty then, I'll put on a different accent, and I think we're good.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Tough guard, weak guard.
That's fine.
Okay. And let's go up and knock on the door.
Okay. So you're going to go in and specifically knock. Okay.
You want to lead soft or you want to lead hard?
Gotta work them up first. You can't just go in hard right away.
Alrighty then, I'll knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock.
Sorry, I'm not expecting any company.
Well, I just got a couple questions for you, if you don't mind. We're going around room to room trying to get a survey going.
And you started with the
No, we've been going around. We're a polling company and trying to get instant feedback on what the public's reaction is about this coronation business.
Roll me a deception.
Okay. Come on, Bo, you're good at this. Okay, 16.
16's pretty good. Give me one moment here. Okay. You're gonna hear like the deadbolt slide, then just gonna open just a little crack, and she's just gonna kind of lean out. Okay, sure. What about the coronation?
Yes. Well, first we just want some basic background information. Are you a local or are you from? I assume, being at the inn, that you're from elsewhere. Where are you from?
It's Delilah, and I just thought I would get a better, spot for the coronation and everything.
Sure. And what are your opinions on what happened today?
Well, I mean, it's definitely unprecedented. Seems like a real power vacuum kind of thing, or at the very least a vulnerable moment.
Absolutely. What were your opinions of the previous king?
Well, I mean, he died some years ago, so I can't say I'm all too familiar. How old was I then? I don't know. Barely even an adult.
Okay. And then what are your opinions of the palace, or I shouldn't say the palace, of the administration since we've been in between kings? Over the past 2 years, what are your opinions of the government?
Well, they say it's benevolent and all that, but I don't think you'd have so many people with so little gold on the outskirts of town if it was truly working for everybody.
I see. And what are your hopes for the new king?
The kid or the substitute that's coming in now.
Well, the substitute that's coming in now, because the kid ain't gonna be king?
Don't know much about him. Kind of seems like a jerk.
Aye, okay. Well, thank you very much for that. We also just wanted to gain a bit more perspective on where were you at the coronation? Were you up front? Did you hear well? Or were you further away?
I was pretty close. I mean, that's why I got the room, Wanted to be able to be there early, so to speak.
And yeah, have you ever made your way inside the palace before in your life?
I wish.
You wish, okay.
Insight.
Check. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna give you guys just for sake of not doing it over every answer, if we just want to do like a macro insight check for the whole thing.
Sure.
If there's a specific thing you want, that's cool. So if you want to insight it, I'll just tell you, because with the survey, I don't want to make you roll after every question. That would just be.
Can I, with my questions, be giving Ryan advantage? Because my insight is -1.
Oh, mine's just 0, so it's not much better. Our wisdom guy is sick today.
Well, you are asking with intent here, like with some real intent. So if you're going to assist him, I would allow the advantage. Like you said, it's still going to be, I guess, flat advantage, but go for it.
Better than -1.
Yeah.
Plus, he's rolling frickin' great today, so.
And now you
But
said
it'll-
something.
yeah.
11.
11. So I would say with an 11, you definitely don't buy the last answer. They're like, have you been in the palace? Boo, I wish. You don't buy that one at all.
Oh.
Azov's gonna give you a look like he's about to make his move.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, one more question. How do you feel about secret missives and breaking into said palaces?
What? What kind of question is that?
I'm gonna produce the note. It's like, may we speak to you, please? For real now.
Before she answers that, Sid, is Henry, what sort of position is Henry getting in here?
In that, it's not the courtyard, but that little back half, that little alleyway
Mhm,
area. It's just like leaning back up against an adjacent building, like looking up at the windows.
Okay. Okay, so you're not going to let yourself be up like at a vantage point to where someone looking out the window would see you.
Nope, I'm waiting for somebody to come crawling out so I could be like,
Okay.
spotted.
Okay. Great. So, Henry, you don't need to make this save. But Azov and Bo. Let me make sure I give you the right thing. What do you is it normally a con save to avoid being blind? Is it normally con?
That sounds right.
Blindness? I think it's usually con.
Yeah, okay. Give me con saves, please.
It is Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Do
Okay.
I also need to make it?
Alright. Yes, I need you both to make it, please. Okay. So you hold it up, Azov, and she's going to sort of like start reaching into a pocket and just,
Pocket sand.
I may have something to that effect, and she's going to start pulling out a pouch, and she's going to slam that pouch down on the ground, close to pocket sand. It's a smoke bomb. So, Azov, you're actually going to save on this. Bo is not. She's going to throw that, and she's going to turn and start bolting for the window. Sid, you are going to also see smoke, like some just like suddenly come out of the window.
We got a runner.
So let's do.
I just pick up Bo and I move him in the... Thank you.
All right, we're not gonna go to like a combat screen or anything, but let me. What is happening? Let's just move to. Let's move into the room, kind of, and we will just say. Let me get initiatives real quick, just from Azov and Henry. It's not combat, just so we follow, order here.
Sure. Wow, this is like the greatest night of my life.
Do you need it from me as well, or just them?
I'm gonna say you got blinded, so we're just gonna put you last.
Okay.
But you and Azov
Alright.
are kind of as a unit if he grabbed you anyway. All right, 14, 10 from Henry. Just give me a moment. I want to get Ryan's new music going here. Okay, and then let me roll hers. Okay, 15 for her. Does that put her... Okay, that's going to put her first. She's going to turn and she's going to bolt for her window, which is still open. She is going to not get through the window, but she's going to reach the window and just start looking down, like planning, okay, do I jump that way? Do I jump down? What's my... Where am I going? Kind of move. So that's her. She gets to the window. Azov, what are you doing with Bo in tow? And Henry, you would obviously also see her then come to the window.
I would like to kick the door open and try to run and grapple her.
Okay, yeah. Let me see the...
It's like, don't let her get away!
And,
Damn.
I must slip on the smoke on the ground, the residue.
yep, you go for it, and you just you cough in the same moment, and you yeah, it's not gonna fly. You're not gonna grab her. Henry, from down on the ground, you see her come. You see just like a Triton arm flail kind of out of the smoke, try to grab her.
What is she wearing? Is she wearing like a dress? Is she wearing like pants and a tunic?
It's definitely it's like pants and a tunic. It's kind of, you can kind of see part of the outfit from the picture here. It's kind of a like it almost looks like almost like overalls kind of deal, like a leather dungarees kind of look, but also with the tunic with like various pouches so that she could, store things.
Is there any material worth like I would be able to like shoot and like pin her to the windowsill, or at least catch her up enough that she is frozen for at least a turn?
You were on the ground level looking up at the window, correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say in turning toward the window, she might.
Seen her today. Like, would I know that? Yeah.
The answer is yes, but it would be a very difficult shot. I would say she turns to the window. She probably flips up a hood too, so she has that going on. So like, if you could notch the arrow to not shoot her in the face, but like pierce the hood, and like, you know what I mean? You could do that, but that's a very difficult shot.
Kind of all I have, because I'm a level 2, and then I don't have abilities.
Okay.
Let me see here real quick. Yep, I got attacks. That's all I got. I have attack stuff.
If you want to do it, you can do it.
With that attitude, definitely. Yeah. So I think I'm going to take out a dagger.
Okay.
No, we're gonna stay short bow. Just kidding. Just kidding. I wish I had heat metal. That'd be real, real cool. I don't have that. +5. Here we go.
Nice.
And you said you fired the short bow?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed the shot. You shoot it up toward the window. Does not hit her face. It goes right into the hood, right into the wall, like that, and sticks her to that wall for a moment.
And once
You got
again,
like a full Robin Hood shot.
it's this moment of like, I'm gonna do it. It's not gonna work. Oh my god.
I think as of like he's like trying to do that, but then like whoa, incredible,
Don't expect it ever again.
outrageous.
She is pinned to the wall, so I'm gonna say like that's the end of that. Not combat, but you stopped her. So
All right.
I'm gonna say you stopped her, and I'm also gonna say maybe let's take a bio break and we can like pick up from there.
Yep.
All right, let me put us to our break screen, and we will be right back.
Table turned a little bit. I like how it
As
started.
we
Alrighty. So, you successfully pin the woman to the wall. Sid, shall we assume that Henry's then just gonna find a way to come up to the same floor through the window?
Through the window?
I mean, it doesn't have to be, but shall we say, like, is she joining the
make
party?
my way up, maybe.
Yeah.
Once I see that somebody's maybe like grabbed her and got her back inside. Yeah.
Okay. I would say we can like fast forward a moment to that point where you're all up there and you have Delilah. She's probably just like, it's like a small room, right? There's a bed, there's a desk, and she's probably just sitting on the edge of the bed as you're interrogating her. There is a bird cage hanging in the room. It is empty.
The bird's never coming back.
I'm gonna revert back to just being Bo.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, alright, listen, sorry. Didn't mean to scare you there. Thought you might be a runner. Turns out I was right about that. But I hope we can still be friends. The thing is, we need to know what the fuck's going on.
I'd like to
It's
know
been-
the same thing. I saw all of you yesterday, and now you're all here looking for me.
Yeah. We were told by people that you went and broke, you like snuck into the moat of the castle or something.
We hear you've been quite busy since you've gotten to the city.
You know,
You had a security unit protecting you?
Listen, and for the record, I don't even know if you're the good guy or the bad guy in this situation, so I'm willing to hear you out, maybe you had a good reason to do what you did.
you all.
I think you're a cool, I think you're a cool person. I want to be on your side, I really do.
If you've heard that much about me, then you must also know that that protection was from a very powerful person.
Yeah, we heard something to the sort.
And you really want to be messing with that?
Well, we're in it now.
To be clear, they threw the first punch.
Fine. I came to town to acquire something for someone.
We're going to need a little
Okay.
bit more details than that.
Yeah, preferably the something and the someone.
Well, apparently you already have one of the copies of it.
Okay. So, who'd you get it from? Where'd you get it from? And who you giving it to?
I know who it's going to. I don't know how long it'll take to get there. I was just told that those doves knew the route.
Okay, well, who's it going to? You said you don't know who it's going to, or you do?
I
You
do.
Alright, then why don't you tell us?
It's going to somebody a lot more powerful than the person who hired that security for me.
Specifics, please! You're making this drag out.
And you're absolutely certain you wish to know all of this?
Yeah!
Listen, just so you're aware, the guards are aware of your presence. Whether you've been able to duck them or not, they are looking for you. And currently, we stand in between you being given over to them. So why don't you just tell us everything? And we'll go from there.
Dancing lights? Prestidigitation, whatever that was.
Intimidating fireworks.
Alright. Do you want to call that an intimidation roll? Or is
Yeah.
that just... Okay.
Could I have advantage given the circumstances?
Mm-hmm.
I'll
give it to you.
Yeah, I'm sure between the two of us we're
Yeah.
assisting.
Yeah, and Henry's just hanging out in there also being intimidating.
Can I hold all these good rolls? Why can't I? They're falling everywhere.
Yeah,
All my
like-
good rolls.
To pull off a trick shot.
Oh,
I know,
I'm
right?
just standing here with the bow.
Alright, so 22, yeah. That's good. I will answer your questions if you promise to not hand me over to the guards and let me walk out of here when we're done.
Well, that's a really big if of what you're doing.
You'll probably want to let me go once you know.
Alrighty then, prove it to us. I'm all ears. I'm standing up on my tippy toes.
All right. Let me... All right. My name is not Delilah. It's Esther. And I've never known any family for as long as I've lived. But I've been told, it makes sense to me, that given this hair, the hair of the ones who sit on the throne, that I am meant to actually be a part of that royal family. And I was told that if I retrieved that document today, that should a power vacuum arise, I will... I don't know what verb to use there. I will assume it.
Ascend the throne?
Ascend it, yes. I will fill it. That's the word I'm looking for. If there is a power vacuum, I'll be the one to fill it.
So because you have red hair, that means you're royal.
I have it on good authority that I was left at the orphanage on purpose. Sometimes king's bastards get to live as a knight or a ward of sorts. But who's going to give a queen's bastard the time of day?
So you're a product of the queen.
She was the one with the red hair. And I will say, as citizens of this kingdom, you all know that. The red hair comes from the queen line. That's where that's from.
Whose good
As the
authority
queen-
is this?
She's going to pause for a moment. The emperor from the other side of the continent.
The Githyanki?
Yes, Genrek, the 22nd. And should a power vacuum arise, and he fills it, I've been promised that I will be the warden of these lands.
So you're planning a coup?
I suppose you'd have to call it that.
That's
And what
generally
are
what
your-
it means when you kill the people in charge and take over.
I mean,
I
well,
haven't
this could all
killed
be-
anyone.
This could all be well and good if you're gonna be a good ruler. What do you plan to do when you're in charge?
Well, you heard me speak before when we were outside on the way in. If they say this king's so benevolent, and this monarchy's so benevolent, why are there people like me on the outskirts without any gold to my name? If I'm the warden of these lands, I'll make sure everyone has the same treatment, regardless of heritage, regardless of status. Same quality for everyone.
And what will your relationship be with this Githyanki Empire be? Will you be beholden to them?
Well, of course, because I would owe that ascension to him. But I would still be the governor of these lands. And really, the only time I suppose he would ever force himself on this part of the world would be if he needs to take us to war for some reason. You know how he is with his army.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little concerned about handing over the keys of the kingdom to the Githyanki Empire. They're a little, zealous. And I would know.
Well, whatever it is, it works, because their part of the world is very secure. I'd like some of that security and some of that status for myself.
Well, it seems like you're not having much status and much security right now. Because it's just you and us three.
Well, I had security. I'm guessing you did away with them.
You weren't
Well,
missing
there-
much.
They're alive.
We probably should have. Now that I'm looking at it.
So my question now is, what are you willing to give us? You're so close to the throne, yet you could die right here, right now.
I just
Hold on, before we get into overt threats, you keep saying if a line of succession happens. You snuck into the palace. Are you attempting an assassination?
no.
Poison?
No, I went in to get the document like I told you. I have not killed or harmed anyone.
This
Where is
document,
the
the one.
That one.
And what is this?
I don't know. I was just told where I could find it.
Don't you think the kind of document you need is like a birth certificate or something?
You really think they would keep a birth certificate for me, the illegitimate child of a queen?
Where else would they keep it? I don't know.
I don't think such one would even exist.
And Emperor Gunrak gave you that information, or was it the matron?
Let me make sure I give you the correct answer. Here's DM. The Emperor told me if I looked in a certain place, I would find a document such as that. I don't know who else knows about it, and I don't know what it means. But I was told if I got it for him, he would owe me.
An unrelated question. Do you happen to know somebody named Triskart?
Who?
Okay.
Insight.
Man with large horns?
Yeah, you can insight that.
Yes, I want to know. What do you know about the goat man?
That's his father.
Her who it seemed genuine to you. She was like, the what?
God, no one knows who he is.
Listen, I'm also like, what? I mean, I get it.
So whatever was in this document, whatever this sheet of paper means,
Whatever it's directing
Could-
people toward.
could lead to a disruption in the current line of succession, leading in your eventual ascension. Is that what it sounds like?
Well, when you couple that with whatever it was that happened today, it seems like there's a prime opportunity.
How many of these birds did you send out?
Just two. I only made 2 copies.
So one.
What was
bird
the other
got
one
away,
to? One
dang.
was to the emperor, and the other one was to who?
Backup. In case a hunter shot. You shot the bird down, didn't you?
Technically she did, but yeah.
Have a terrible shot.
And this is
never
why-
It was a great shot.
And this is why there was a backup.
So which one was the backup? The first one or the second one?
They were both going to the same place to ensure that it got there. Where that is, I don't know, but I was told the birds knew the way.
You know, the guards are very interested in your immediate retrieval. A great deal of gold has been offered for any information.
Sure it has.
Why shouldn't we turn you in? Collect
Check
our
out these
gold.
coupons. This is proof. This is just what they had for little bits, just saying that we talked to you. Imagine what they'll give us when we turn you in completely.
If you let me go, after all this information I've given you, I promise that when I assume power, no harm will come to any of you, and whatever reward you will promised, I will multiply by hundreds.
Counterpoint. Enough eyes, including hers, have spotted me meddling in things I don't need to meddle in. And if she is off the streets, my meddling might stay more of a secret.
Yeah, I don't really like IOUs. I'm more of a gold in metal form than maybe someday kind of guy.
Yeah, these coupons suck.
I don't know what more I could promise you as a bastard child who's yet to take any sort of birthright.
You keep throwing that around, but you're also somebody who's trying to fill a vacuum at the behest of an emperor on the other side of the continent. One could consider that treason.
It is treason.
Suppose one could consider it that. But our lands are currently at peace, and if they want to stay like that, I don't think the Emperor would think too highly of me as a POW or a prisoner of the crown.
I'm gonna give a little whisper. I'm gonna be like kind of behind his back and give a little point and whisper over to Azov and just say, "Hey, keep her talking for a bit." And then I'm gonna whisper over to Henry and whisper back like, "Hey, so we're gonna have a little whisper conversation now, and so as long as she's talking, I think we just need to put it to a vote. I think we either kill her, or we kidnap her and hold her for ransom, or we let her go. I think it's got to be one of those three. Do we have any suggestions?"
Can you make a three-way call with message? Or is it
No,
just...
I've got to relay back and forth.
I know that me saying kill her sounds like a jump. But it's either that or turning her in and hoping she never sees the light of day again. So maybe kill her, but also preferably turn her in and maybe get money.
Yes,
Maybe.
I think there's no money in killing her. I mean, maybe the crown would give us money for killing her, but I'm not so sure.
Because also, let's consider, if she does take over, we're a target list. If we are ready.
Azov Henry's voting for either kill her or turn her in to the ones who are feeding us already.
Let's get paid.
Alrighty then, that's 2 votes for leaning towards just turning her in to the people who are already feeding us. In which case, my vote doesn't matter because I'm already outvoted. So I might as well go with the crowd. Alrighty then. Let's knock her out. And as she's talking, I just want to go like, boom.
Okay. You knock her out. Are you going to search her?
Hell yeah!
I thought you might. Okay. You're gonna find. Let me make sure.
I don't know why we did the whole whisper thing. I'm sorry, guys. Could have just knocked her out and we could have done it then.
Yeah.
But there was the chance that that we wanted to just let her go. So anyway.
Dude, it never hurts to ask.
Yeah.
Ryan,
All right,
to
dude. Let's see what's on her.
Unrelated. Ryan, lean to your left just a little bit in your chair. Okay. For half a second, the logo on the chair behind you, I legit thought I saw the what is he called? Is he called Fireface? The guy from Insidious. You leaned and I just saw
with the logo.
I just saw a little black, red, and white, and I was like, like it legit really scared me for half.
It's a stupider name. It's like
if
red
you
tattoo face man.
If you watch this back, you'll legit see me go like for a second.
All right, listen. If the Goatman's badge really was legitimate, if he's like some part of like secret ops of the crown, while we're turning her in, I want to give a plea for trying to see if they can give us more information about the Goatman.
So,
I try.
You search her. Sorry, I cut you off there. So you search her. You're going to find, presumably the original document that she stole. That's going to be on her. You're going to find 2 more smoke bombs. I'm going to add those to everybody's inventory. So that should be should be visible by everybody. That's the rules of smoke bomb.
Who wants to take those? I don't think Bo would take one.
I take him.
And we're going to add on to it like a
Have
con
one.
save for not being blinded. We can worry about that part later. So that's all in your inventory. You are also going to find one of she did not get a chance to set this off. You're going to find what I've called a flare pouch. And I believe I just showed that to all of you as well.
When you said you need to make a con save, I thought for sure you're going to be like, cone of cold, point blank, and we're like, we're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to find a flare pouch, which is essentially a flare. You could also aim it at a target if you wanted to. She didn't get a chance to set it off, and even if she did, probably wouldn't have mattered because you knocked out her help. So there you go.
Yeah, again, I don't think Bo is... He's not crafty enough to have, like, good ideas of when to use such things.
I'll take the flare pouch.
Yeah.
I'll
I would
take
say,
it.
Henry, in your line of work, you've definitely seen both of these.
This will be better than pocket sand.
You will also find, I would say, a set of thieves' tools.
Sure.
And just for fun.
Why is it white?
What's up?
Oh, I like put the font into my D&D Beyond and it showed up white.
Oh, yeah. I made it because of the dark mode on Roll20. I didn't want the text to be black on black. Just do if you copy it as plain text, it should be fine.
Put it over there. Yeah.
And just for the heck of it, so that everybody has one, let's say she also has a potion of healing on her.
We already each all had one, but
But now there's one for Artem, yeah.
Artem, yeah, okay, cool.
Okay. You want to hold it then to that second one, Bo?
Yeah, sure.
Well, good job, everyone. This should be a white, fat stack of reward, I should say.
Absolutely. Here's the thing, though. How are we getting her there without causing all sorts of suspicion?
Can we just call a guard here?
Azov did go to fetch the... Or 8-9 did go to fetch the guards.
Perfect.
So let me ask you guys. Do you want to go for... It wouldn't be too much longer, just a little bit. Or do you want to wrap here? And we'll say that, like... That's when 8-9...
It's only 9:30. We can
Okay.
keep going.
Cool.
Yeah. Good to keep going.
Go 8:30.
Cool. I would say, it's might be, well, 8-9 doesn't know where you guys went. So you know he was fetching the guards, and you know what direction, he knows what direction she was headed, so you might have to figure that part out. But, for now, she's knocked out in this room.
I can go and get a guard.
Okay.
Yeah, at some point I assume we can wave down some guards or something.
Yeah, I'd say if you pop outside, you will probably see 8-9 coming to you with some guards. He's going to approach you. Let's go. We'll go back out here, I guess. Oh yeah, those three doofuses are gone. So let's
Oh no.
No, they're gone. they're
Oh, great.
yes. The ones you knocked out when you go outside are also going to be gone.
Tight.
Don't worry, we'll be getting enough gold that we can get out of here and start a new life somewhere else.
And we will see, yeah, at this point you're able to flag down guards. 8-9 is with them, as is, where is it? Sorry, I'm trying to, there we go. As is good old, the captain you met. Captain Scaler is going to also be with him.
While they're getting up there,
Mm-hmm.
and be like, listen, we don't say anything. We talk to someone important. We talk to someone with clout. Don't give away your best stuff for free.
And are we just like presenting her unconscious body, or are we like tying her up and be like, we'll tell you where she is for the money?
No, I imagine it's like we have her, but she gave us valuable information that
Okay.
the crown is going to want to know, and we would like to present to them.
Got it. Okay.
Because, like, I'm not going to tell this guy, and then he's going to go and get all the accolades for it.
All right. So you're just kind of meeting him out front in front of the inn, essentially?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as someone's watching her.
I'll watch her.
Okay. So it's Azov and Henry down front? Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll be approaching with 8-9 as well. And just... So, I hear your friend says you spotted her.
Oh, we did more than that. We have since apprehended her. She's all
Have
ready
you
for you
now?
guys to go collect her.
Yep.
Please lead
Yeah,
the way.
took out some of her security. They were pretty deadly, but
She had security.
yeah.
Thought she was just a random street urchin. Need...
Oh, she had quite the story to tell.
Did she know? Do you care to tell it to me?
No offense, but this is when I can go straight to the top.
So then you ought to report it to me so I can send it up the chain.
Yeah, this is pretty important. It affects the peace of the nation as a whole, so I want to make sure that this is told correctly.
Roll me persuasion.
Why, my rolls, where have you gone? Come back!
Listen, if it's really that important to you, I guess you gave me information and you say you have her. I'll let you talk to my boss.
Yeah, we'll take it.
All right. Now, if you'll lead the way.
Oh, yeah.
You go through, and the poor person working the counter is just like, the guards are here, and there was smoke coming out of the room. I don't understand what's going on around here today.
Did we tie her up before all of this while I'm watching her?
Wrists.
Probably.
Like at a minimum, wrists.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Azov's gonna go, or excuse me, Scalar goes into the room with, well, you weren't kidding, there she is. He's gonna, like, hoist her up over his shoulder. Right, I suppose she's coming with me, and if you want to come with me as well, you can talk to my boss.
That'd be great.
Yes, we'd like to speak with the goat man.
Once again, no clue. Just follow me, okay?
No kinds of shadow government stuff going on.
Shadow go. What are you talking about?
You know, the secrets. The Secret Service, you know?
I know the stuff in your pipe is legal for the most part around here, but just cool it, will ya?
She doesn't seem to know who the goat man is. Can I roll insight to see?
Sure. You
We might have done it last time too, but
by all means, yeah.
I'm just so Bo is just like not gonna let it go.
You got nothing.
Seems like almost every time I roll insight it's a 9. All right.
You got grouping.
Yep.
Okay, so he's gonna. Oh, and we're gonna take the long way around. They're calming the situation in the square, but I mean, you saw what happened. Wait, yeah, you saw what happened. All right, I can't. It's not derelict. If you didn't abandon your post, you chased after the redhead. That was a priority. That's fine. No one's getting in trouble. You're still getting paid. Oh,
We got eyes on her. I assume you wanted her captured.
you did. That was probably, speaking of getting paid, he'll fish into his armor. More paper money for all of you.
If we must.
I believe we said the bounty was going to be set at 80, so you divide this as you want. And he's going to hand certificates that add up to 80, and much like an ATM, however that divides amongst the party is fair.
We're gonna need a lot more gold than this if we're skipping town.
What was that?
Nothing.
Nothing. That was a whisper. That was a whisper to her.
But your
Okay.
hair looks nice.
I still don't have hair, ma'am.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That's not bad. Shit.
Yeah. All right. So he's gonna kind of take you a long way around, and he's gonna the city watch is probably pretty close to the palace, if not like literally almost like butted up against it. All right. Just give me a few moments if you all don't mind waiting out here. I'm going to just check in. I promise you will speak to my boss. I'm not pulling a fast one on you. Just let me handle some paperwork. Keep yourselves busy for a little bit, okay?
Sure. But he's going to want to know it's a good one.
So you said. All right, he's going to take her inside, and you all are going to be left to your own devices for a little bit here. In case there's anything else you guys need.
Sorry, where did he camp us?
He
Where did park
took
us?
you to the city watch, like the barracks. Yeah, you're just
Okay.
outside.
Can you set the scene a little? Just
Sure.
envisioning what it's like.
So he would have taken the long way around because stuff is still kind of chaotic in the court. So we've taken the long way around, and the barracks themselves are going to look. It's a military type building. It's very sturdy, very it's not flashy in any way. But it is where the city watch both works out of, and where the barracks are, where they sleep, right? Where they keep at night. The prison would be a floor underneath of it, a couple floors maybe underneath of it. But it's essentially just like a very, I wouldn't say brutalist, but it's a very plain and not particularly tall building, maybe 3-4 stories. But probably a deeper or wider building than it is tall, where all the guards hang out, just like kind of a simple kind of brown red kind of brick sort of building. There's probably a couple guards outside not many on a smoke break, but probably a couple just like discussing like, man, that's just crazy what happened back there. Maybe one or two are taking a few extra unruly citizens inside after what happened at the abdication. And that's more or less the vibe and the scene. But so yeah, you all are left to your own devices for a moment in case there's anything you needed to put your heads together about.
Well, I want to say another mission well done. For people that are not used to the mercenary bounty hunter business, you guys are quite adept. Good instincts on both of you.
Well, it sounds like Henry's does have some experience working for somebody doing some mercenary kind of work.
I wouldn't call it mercenary work. I would
So
say that I work
is it
for a living.
B&Es? Is it spying? What kind of work do you do?
Whatever she asks me to do. Hasn't been anything to this scale, though.
What kind of things
I'm
have you
low
done
on that
before?
totem pole.
I mean, you must be doing something involving your amazing sharpshooting, I would assume.
Actually,
Great
I have
shots today, by the way.
a tendency to get left behind, so this was a good day for me.
Their loss.
Well, it's about to be my loss if I can't get the fuck out of here soon. And by that I mean my loss of life. So do we have like a plan? Are you guys staying here? Do I need to leave town? Or
I
I might leave town.
I want to stick together, so if you're gonna leave town, I'm fine with leaving town too, as long as there's jobs and whatnot. But first we gotta get paid, and so we gotta make sure we're getting paid real good, like.
Well, who says you gotta leave town?
If
Well, we just made enemies with her boss, it seems. We just roughed up her
Or-
people real good,
I
and
didn't anticipate it escalating to the point that it did, and those 3 guys are alive somewhere, and it's not a good feeling that I have to be.
So you're saying we should have killed them?
Looking back, yeah, probably would have been real good.
All right, good to know.
Yeah.
No mercy. Murder everyone.
Well, wait, okay. Great. This is great. We'll
You're
see.
getting in a favor. Maybe, you're getting in good with the boys in blue, the chainmail corps. Maybe there's some new job, something you could do. You showed how valuable you were today. Now, was it against your boss's wishes? Sure. And is she going to be pissed? Absolutely. And do we not know what her greater plan is still? Yes. And will she want to probably kill you? Maybe we should leave town. Maybe we shouldn't be here. I'm starting to think on it now, and maybe we shouldn't have made a big enemy of, how big was this underlord, this patron woman you said? She pretty influential?
Pretty influential to me on like a city scale. She's like a boss bitch, right?
She would be like, when it comes to like, however many assorted, maybe 2 to 3, 4 crime heads there are in the city, she's one of them.
Looking great.
I really like the tiefling girls in this town.
More than welcome to stay in this town.
I want to stick together, like I said, as a crew. Oh, imagine the things we could do together.
Maybe I'll just hide for a little bit. How about
Maybe
that?
we lay low. Yeah, the fact is, I think that we made even bigger enemies than her, is what it sounds like. Because, yeah, there were big people at play with this coup, so to speak. And I think it's likely word's gonna get out that we were the ones that caught her.
An emperor a continent away who's having a street urchin do his bidding. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, but the thing is, I would hope that there wouldn't be any kind of revenge because, like, it ain't personal, you know? Like, what do they have against? They're not gonna, like, imagine 4 guards picked her up. They're not gonna go out and kill 4 guards.
Right. If anything, the matron would have sent more capable henchmen.
Listen, the point is, let's get paid.
Kind of true. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we already got paid mostly.
Well, I think we can
Ate
sweeten
it.
the pot a bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are we content with this boss's boss or this guy's boss, or do we want to go higher than that?
Well, listen,
Well,
we
if
just
we
did.
can.
We just did a huge favor for this crown. I want to get a better idea of who the heck's gonna become king, and what government would we just protect? I mean, it sounds like it's not so good having Githyanki Empire coming on in, but I don't know. It seems like she might have been a good governor. And,
The way I see it, we foiled a plot, a coup attempt that could have sent this whole entire city-state into a panic and chaos.
I'm not sure what a warcaster is, but it doesn't sound good.
No. Well, we could follow up on that, I suppose. I mean, that'd
Let's
be a
see
good
what this-
reason to do something while we're out of town. Give us a
See what the
direction.
head of the watch says. Maybe they'll have more
Now
information.
we know where the warcasters are.
What if the goat man is one of the warcasters?
Sorry, I should ask. You kept that document to yourself? Did you mention that to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did not mention it to Scalar.
Okay.
Or I think
Okay.
we insinuated that we had more information, but we didn't
Yes.
say the type.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Because I didn't want him to be like, oh, you guys only know? All right, great, let's kill you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's probably around that time that Scalar steps back out and just, all right, you can come in. The boss will speak to you.
Da boss.
The boss, the head of the city watch. Give me one moment. I'm so glad I already had just an image that works for this. This was like an I'll use this person someday kind of thing, and it's like, well, now's the time. Alrighty. So just one moment here. Okay. He leads you. He brings you inside the barracks, and you walk down, a few hallways, and you get to the end of one, and there's a nice kind of oaken door. It's just cracked a little bit, and Scalar just kind of nods, I guess I'll be waiting out here until you're finished, or I'll assign someone else to take my place. Either way, he's expecting you, so head right on in.
Thanks, Scales.
All right. And you walk inside, and behind a desk inside,
What a lad.
is a big old bird guy.
Look at him.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to kind of rise from his desk. He probably like standing up, probably like bumps the desk forward a little bit, you know. He's a big round bird. He's gonna stand up. Please enter and have a seat.
Thanks. Got anything to drink?
He's gonna motion over actually to like a liquor cabinet. Pour yourself a drink.
Excellent.
Close the door behind you, please.
See the good shit.
Yes, I would say he has some. It's not like it's all top shelf, but there's a couple good ones in there. There's like an Aarakocra like corn ale. there's some really old elven stuff like elvish wine. Yeah, there's good stuff.
I'll pour some of that bird whiskey.
Okay. Do you mind one for me as well? Let's make sure we're comfortable with what we apparently have to discuss. Well, if you don't know who I am already... Oh, excuse me. Let me pronounce that. If you don't know who I am already...
First.
Had to do it. My name is Birdtrund Wildwing. I am the head of the City Watch.
Birdtrund?
You know, I didn't actually think of that, but it is now.
Really?
I just put Birdtrund, Bertrund, but we'll say it's Birdund, Birdtrund.
Birdtrund.
Nice.
Hold on, I'm gonna rename that on my end too. Let me just make sure I genuinely didn't even think of that.
Birdtrund Wildwing is
Birdtrund Wildwing.
Too.
Yes. Well then. He takes a sip. What is it that you have to tell me? I'm told it's quite important.
Birdtrund, can I call you Birdie?
Birdie's a little too formal, but I suppose I'll allow it given the circumstances.
Birdie, I've been working for the city on and off for a couple of years, but in all my days doing mercenary work, I've never come across something quite as juicy as this. I think you're about to get a quite nice pay bump in helping foil, and he's going to slam down the paper on his desk. A coup to take over the city.
He looks at the paper. A coup, you say?
I do. And then, I feel like there's nothing we really want to hide, right? I won't say that Henrietta works for the matron, but like basically everything else we learned.
Okay, you relay it all over. I can't say I know who or what a warcaster is, but this clearly has markings of our former king. May the gods rest his soul. First, I suppose you'll be wanting something in return for this. He's going to turn toward Henry. You work for the matron, is it? You'll be wanting protection, I assume?
I said I wouldn't say that we...
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't say that.
I was
Sorry.
like, he
But
fucking knows.
I'm sorry, but everything else.
Basically everything else. I'm
My
not
mistake.
incriminating Henry.
My mistake.
Because they're
So-
like, you want protection? A prison cell.
Okay. Sweet. So just a small rewind then. You'll be wanting something in exchange for this information?
Well, I believe averting a catastrophic coup, especially in these troubling times, is quite valuable information. So, in a word, yes.
I would agree. And did you have anything specific in mind?
I'm not overtly a vicious man. A title would be nice. Some land. Gold, obviously, to, take care of that land. Anything from the royal coffers, antique weapons, things that look good over a mantle.
And what about the other two? Oh, three of you. But 8-9 will be silent.
Just take the gold.
Gold, good.
And just gold for you too, little one? Looking at Bo.
Gold's good for me, yeah. Could do a lot with gold.
And if I can be so bold as to ask for the non-paper money gold.
Yes, real gold, please.
The original stuff, I understand. If you ask me, getting off the gold standard might cause issues down the line. I don't know, or just be a talking point for some fringe politicians someday.
There's just something so satisfying about holding a bag with a big money symbol on the side that, makes a nice jingle.
I see. I do also want to point out that if you had any questions about Goatman City Guard, you are talking to the boss of the whole thing right now.
Hey, do you know anything about Goatman City Guard?
We don't have any questions about Goatman.
No, I have a question about the gold man.
Triskert.
If you're... Yeah, you... What's the deal with the goat man, Triskert?
The who?
Now
Insight check.
don't be playing games with me now.
The who?
I fully well know that you've got somebody here with an official badge and everything who goes by the name of Triskert, who's got he's a goat man
The
with
who?
big horns.
Is that an insight, Sid?
Yeah, for him saying.
The who?
Yo, another one? Oh my god.
But I got a negative one on there.
But still a nat 20. So, Sid, with a nat 20, you believe him. However, he doesn't know who that is either. However, he is going to say to Bo, well, you have brought me some very juicy information. Listen, this is not something I would normally do, but if it's a name you're looking for, I will allow you to look through our roster. Perhaps it's a nickname or something I'm not catching, and this stays between us, okay? You have brought me something
Alrighty.
very good here.
Alright, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Now, in terms of a reward, I can promise you will get something. I just cannot deliver it right this moment. Is there an easy way I could perhaps contact you on the morrow?
You can't bring it to us now?
Well, there's only so much I could do considering what you've asked for. I
You
would
mean
have
the
to...
gold? We
Well,
can't
this
get-
one asks for titles and weapons and other things too.
Okay.
However, I don't know if it either helps or hurts that my boss, my new boss, has suddenly become the boss. I'll have to speak with, I suppose I have to say King Rayland now.
Okay, well, don't get me wrong. If it's on the table, I'll gladly take some, like, magical weapons or a shield or some half-plate armor would be amazing.
Wait, you saying the bald guy was your boss and now he's the king?
Well, I'm saying I expected the young prince to become my boss as the new king. And now
Right.
he is no longer.
Right. Well, I'm sure whoever's in charge will appreciate not being murdered, so...
I think you're
We
right.
should mention that.
Well,
I think I'll be the loose tongue again. If
the
you
loo-
said-
the loose tongue.
I'll
right.
be there tomorrow, I guess.
All right. And for the other two of you, this is
I've got a room
exhausting,
with
but
all
it's a
those
fun bit.
You're doing pretty good at keeping it up, though.
Thank
pretty
you.
fucking solid at it.
I'm like catching it as I'm saying it, like, oh, that's another hoot. Very well. I will see you all at the loose tongue, perhaps around midday tomorrow. If not me, then someone I have sent for you. Will you be sure to be available?
I'll try to be awake by then.
I will do nothing but wait.
I'm just gonna whisper over again real quick, like, are we sure that they're not just gonna freaking like send assassins to kill us tomorrow? Like, I'm feeling sketch about not
No,
getting
now
our
I'm
reward right
concerned.
now.
Who would you send that to?
I'd send it off to both of you.
Now I'm concerned about assassins. Thank you so much.
This guy's reputable. He's head of the city watch. We were up front with him. I think we could trust him. Let me
you're
inside
right.
him.
You're right. Governments never do anything bad.
That tight-lipped, like...
We could trust him. We
That,
can
like,
trust him.
tight-lipped, like, just, like, long stare. You're like, assassins, and Henry's like, like, just visibly uncomfortable now.
Well, I suppose we have a plan then. On your way out, I will allow you to make a stop in our records room.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's do that.
I appreciate what you've brought to me today. He's gonna set the document down. I'm guessing. So I'm gonna assume you handed him like the original, and you're gonna keep a copy for yourselves.
I think that would probably be best, giving them the original back.
Because you
That's a
have
good
you have
faith
one of
gesture.
each. So is that the
Yeah.
move or?
Yeah,
What do
it's
you guys
not.
think? We want to...
It's not new information to them. She stole it from them. So as long as we have a copy for ourselves, whatever.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep the copy and give them the OG.
Okay. You do that, and he will. We'll wrap up in a moment here. He will walk you out of his office, and a few doors down, he will allow you to take a look in the records room, before you leave the barracks.
Let's research everybody we've heard of so far.
Yeah. If there's other names you want to look at, I won't stop you.
It's actually not a terrible idea.
Yeah. So obviously we'll save Triskert for last, of course. We need a cliffhanger, right? But if there's any other name you want to look for while you're in here, and it like makes sense, I'll give it to you.
Can we look at the names on the King's Warcasters?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I was
can
thinking
look
them.
for them.
Was maybe thinking of looking up if there were any records of any, like, children that are not hanging around. Like, just the whole, like, hey, unnamed child, whatever. So maybe Esther? Reagan?
Yeah, definitely.
These are. I will
Definitely.
say this is not like a City Hall of Records. This is specifically City Watch stuff. So you've got like the
Okay.
roster and like arrest lists and things like that.
Word.
Anything cops would have. It's not like the. Yeah, it's not like all of government documents.
I definitely want to look up the matron. We didn't get the name of any of those three guys, did we?
No.
No, but Henry knows him.
Yeah.
Who? Who?
Henry's best friends with him.
I don't know about his friends.
I will. If
but-
you want to, maybe I would allow you to like quote unquote take a 20 on a history check to remember who they are if you want.
Sure.
Sure. So you don't know the new kid you wouldn't know because he is new.
Yeah.
But the dwarf's name was Midas, and the human with the knife, his name is Judas.
Judas? Juads. There we go.
Well, while she's busy doing that, I'm gonna look up us. I want to see if they have anything on us.
Okay. Interesting. Let me look. Let me check something real quick, actually.
And that includes 8-9, like the four of us. I
Right.
just
Yeah.
wanna see
Yeah.
if they
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
anything.
Let me. That's why I need to check something. With Arden not being here, I need to double check something. I'm going back to his rumors. Here we go. Okay. So we'll start with Artem because he's not here. When you look for 8-9's rap sheet, It's very long. 8-9 has done a lot of crimes.
Confirming what I had heard about him.
Any what like crimes he's done?
I would have to have Artem answer that one.
Tax evasion.
Obviously.
Grand larceny. I would have to have
Yep.
Artem answer that one.
I didn't mean
Loitering.
I didn't mean to interrupt Sydney's thing though. If you wanted to do that first and then come
No,
back
no,
to
this
us.
is good. This is good.
So that's what you would find for that. If you're looking for crimes, you're not going to see Azov on there. If you're looking on the roster, you're not going to see him on there, but you would find like maybe like a list of like almost like contractors, like people who've passed through and done work for the City Watch. You would find Azov on that list. You would also find 8-9 on that list. Bo, you would not come up.
Okay.
Henry would come up. Well, Sid, what do you think is fair for Henry to come up in this search? What makes sense?
I mean, to what degree are the notes exactly? Because I mean, if it's just her, if it's her family, like.
Well, what I'm thinking is it's basically just like you are a known associate of the matron. That's probably the most that is really written.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, her crimes are probably like just lots and lots of thievery, breaking and entering, maybe a count of arson. Because what's D&D without arson?
yeah.
But she currently doesn't have a hit out for her, right? Or she doesn't have a warrant for her, so it might not have that much that they actually know about. Otherwise, 8-9 would have been after her, right?
Depends on, I mean, if it's like kind of petty stuff that, you know, they got bigger fish
Okay.
to fry, you know, and I'm feeling like it's
Okay.
mostly that. But yeah, the big
Okay.
thing would be she would, you know, it would confirm her known association with the matron.
Henry the arsonist confirmed.
And then if you're going to look up the matron, it would be very much just like real name, unknown, aliases many, known associates many, threat level serious, like it's one of those things where it's like this is a serious threat in many ways, but also it's hard to actually pin something on her kind of
Is
thing.
there anything about physical description or known, like, drop spots or hideouts or associations, anything like that?
Yeah, there'd probably be a handful of safe houses around the city.
Okay.
In terms of her, like, her home base, I'm going to say that's not listed. Physical description. I'm just going to describe what I'm looking at on my computer screen. Physical description. Just a moment. Tall, dark hair, facial tattoos, muscular build.
Doesn't give a race for her.
Sid, did you specify one?
I didn't.
Okay. I'm going to say, based on kind of the artwork I have here, I'm going to say Goliath.
Okay, she big girl. All right.
All right. And then Sid, so you would have looked up Midas and Judas. It is also like very, very minor. Like they serve time for just like very minor street crimes. And they are not marked as known associates of the matron, which may mean they're just very new hires, you know. They knew who you were, but you didn't recognize them initially. So it may be like the cops haven't made that link yet. Like they're a little too new to that particular circle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you find on them. Any other names you guys want to look at before we wrap up with Goatman?
The Warcasters. I believe
Oh
I
yeah.
wanted to-
Nothing. You don't find those names anywhere.
Mhm.
Just for the hell of it, he's gonna look up Ravadia. There's just like tons of like disorderly conduct,
100%.
public drinking, all sorts of
100%.
stuff.
Oh man. Anything else?
He just quickly looks away from it. Was like, yep, confirmed. It's pages long. Got it.
Alrighty. Anything else before we wrap up here?
I think the final one is Triskert.
Okay. So you look up. You start. It takes you a while to find it, but you do eventually find it. You eventually do find he is listed as a captain of the guard. His name is Triskert of Starfall, and he retired as a captain 100 years ago.
Oh gosh, he is a time cop.
Time cop.
100 years ago, there would be a note, kind of in this timeline in the listing. 100 years ago is also about the time that the current royal family ascended to the throne. And the music just ended, which is fine because we'll end on this.
All right.
So you-
Retired 100 years ago, around the time of the latest, we'll call it dynasty.
Mm-hmm. Triskert of Starfall.
And he was he a satyr? Or was he just like a dude that was a goat?
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. Is what
I
I
thought he was a
recognize
furry
him as.
tiefling.
You know what? It would. If this has all the information, it would probably have race listed there too. He would be listed as satyr. Yes.
Oh?
Okay. Anxiety intensifies.
Okay.
Maybe he knows the goat that you're is with.
And I would say since like it's a rare race, but it is a known race. You all, and specifically Bo, you would know that a satyr lifespan does reach like 500 years.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. I just got that off of Google.
Yep.
I feel like he's never seen a satyr before. Like I imagine they mostly stick to the Feywild kind of things,
extremely
and like
rare
sometimes
to
poke
see.
through. Yeah.
Mhm.
So he's gonna be hyperventilating a bit.
Mm-hmm. Sid was doing an offline bet with me about his deal. Sid, I am going to award you.
He's not a time cop.
No. Between the two, I'm gonna give you time cop. I'm gonna give you a point of inspiration because it's close enough. You know,
Hey!
I will give you a point of inspiration for your bet. Because it was, what was the other option? It was time cop or.
He was just like a secret.
Oh, like a secret, yeah. So like between the two.
My money was on Magic CIA.
I like
Yeah.
Magic CIA still.
Yeah, essentially time. Like I would say time cops. Just we can call it that. That's fine. You know, was a cop and disappeared for 100 years. Like we can say that's time cop. You know.
I'll take it.
Okay, so boy, a lot happened this week. You got a lot of information. You've apprehended a.
Rolled a lot of natural 20s.
Yeah, the rolls tonight. Wow. All around.
I'll stand by my previous meme.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's an episode. Artem will be back next week. We're going to end the stream there. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye now.